Habaneros, barbecue and soul food. We got beef ribs, turkey legs, St. Louis ribs, catfish, and wait, our hand-dipped battered jumbo shrimp is to die for. All sides of homemade collard greens, cabbage, mac and cheese, just to name a few. Stop by today, right in the old Roxbury Plaza, 10841 Q Street, Suite 105. We accept all call-ins, 402-502-6695. Again, 402-502-6695. Open 6 days a week. Hope to see you soon. Stop by, get your homemade sweet potato pie and peach cobbler. Welcome to the Rib Shack.
The Rib Shack Smokehouse is a proud sponsor of KOWN 95.7. The Boss.
Beverage Catering on Nebraska. A Native Omaha celebration. Come and get it, y'all. Some of that summer breeze. Beautiful music, beautiful people. Express yourself. Shorts and hats. River City Star, 151 Freedom Park Road, Omaha, Nebraska. Thursday, July 29th. Doors at 6:30. 7:15. Live music with Brown Sugar featuring R&B singer Ty Hakeem, lead jazz saxophonist Ed Archibald on the keys, Leland Nichols holding down the bottom, bass player Thomas Wells and Keith Mills on those beats. Some of that grown folks music with DJ Show Guy on the ones and twos. Express yourself, Omaha. Thursday, July 29th, River City Star. Tickets, Eventbrite.com, LaFleur's Fashion and African Farm. Big fun. Come and get it. Powered in part by MP to Action, Business Sales Consulting, Afro Swag Magazine, 95.7 FM The Boss, and Cleanse the Beverage. Be good to yourself.
Most move, man. Yeah, he killed it, man.
All right. Omaha, the Burbs, the Bluffs. Let me see, I got these cameras together. Yeah, I got everything together. We're gonna have a candid conversation with Tim Clark. You know, he's the host of Heartland Focus on channel, was it 7-3?
Channel 6. Channel
6. You know,
WWT.
Yeah, WWT, but he needs to be on all the channels because we need some more black representation on TV. You know what I mean? We need some more. We need some more black representation on TV, especially on the local level. You know what I mean? We got all these beautiful, local reporters.
Yeah.
They're looking beautiful. I ain't mad at you. But we need some brothers, and you're actually the only brother that's on TV. And you're from here. I mean, you're not, because usually most of the reporters aren't from here.
Yeah.
They're not from here.
Hilltop Projects, baby. Hilltops.
Okay. All right. What's up?
Vincent High School Bunnies.
So naturally, Omaha, you know how these stars already got their own nouns, verbs, adjectives, prepositional phrases, all yes, and predicates to introduce himself. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. We'll get right into a dialogue because he has a native Omaha celebration. Oh yeah, it's going to be happening July 29th. And he already causing waves already. He already causing waves.
It's good kind of waves. So we're gonna be on the river, brother. We're gonna be on the mighty Missouri. But hey, thanks, man. Always, man. I love the opportunity to bless the mic, and I like what you want to do, and I want to just really show gratitude and love in terms of just what you do to bring knowledge and information to the community, and you keep it real, and that's what sometimes get us in trouble as reporters and talk show hosts. But I think the consciousnness of what we have to deliver, if we're going to really spin out of what's in front of us, we got to have real conversations. I applaud you for that. I seen you often stirring it up, and I know you got your sidekick, Brother Muhammad, that kind of put a little cream and sugar on it to kind of keep it kind of down a little bit. But we got to have that. And so I appreciate that, man. But I'm just folks that don't know, I'm the host of Heartland Focus, NBC Omaha, WOWT Channel 6, and I'm a community guy, born and raised here in Omaha, Nebraska. A family man, been married for 29 years, man, 29 years in it. thick.
Heck yeah, 29. And your event's going to be on the 29th.
Man, dang, my event is going. I didn't even catch that, King. But my event is going to be on July 29th, and that event it's going to be brought to you by and presented by Beverage Catering of Nebraska. That's Beverage Catering of Nebraska. We'll be presenting Express Yourself Omaha, and this happened amongst all of the festivities that's happening this coming week during Native Omaha Days celebration. And I do really want to put emphasis on Native Omaha Days celebration. And you got a lot of different entities. So you got the Native Omaha Day Club, and you got the Native Omaha Day Committee.
Right.
And you got folks like me that's just really, and other folks that's just trying to participate and make it a wholesome, a very with giving lots of options and for people to basically participate in. So, man, I'm happy to be a part of it. But Keen, I appreciate that. The event, we're going to be giving away a Louis Vuitton purse, sponsored by Status, as a kind of a boutique store in the Exarban Village. We're also best dress in terms of hats, shorts, and sundresses, man. So the overall theme is sundresses.
Okay.
I mean, when you buy water, man, and so you want things to breathe easily, and you know, so you got a hat to block the sun. You got some shorts so your skin can breathe. All that kind of stuff is going to be taking place, man.
Can't beat it. It's going to be on a Thursday to kick off to the weekend. Doors open up at 6:30. We're going to be at the River Boat Cruise. The cruise starts at what, 7:15?
7:15. All aboard. 7:15, and then we're going to just blow the horn, and we're going to sell off at 7:30. That's additional $20. You can get all the tickets on eventbrite.com. Just put in the search Express Yourself. But also you can get them at LaFleur's Fashion on North 24th Street and the African Farm Store off 90th and Blondo.
Right.
Right there by the neighborhood Walmart there. And so, you know, we got DJ Show Guy on the ones or two, grown folks music. And then we got a local band, you guys, that a new band called Brown Sugar.
Okay.
This is Ty Hakeem's band. So it's Ty Hakeem holding down the bottom. You got Thomas Wells on the drums, Keith Mills, and the keys. I call him my masterful keyboardist, Leland Mickles, is going to be doing it. And then they're going to feature Ed Archibald. Ed Archibald is going to open up the show and do some things prior to Brown Sugar. So it's going to be a great opportunity for just networking, socializing, business development, business retention. We're going to use this in terms of just bringing together some beautiful people, beautiful music under the sun, and just having a good time, man.
Without a doubt, it's necessary. Grown folks. Now, this is all ages event.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, is there an age limit?
Yeah, you know, people will be ID'd, and so people can come that's under 21 years of age, and enjoy the festivities. So it's just, you don't have to be 21 years of age. You know, family may want to come and participate in the boat ride. Now, there will be adult, beverages. You know, there will be sundresses. So I can't really, control what people wear into the sundress, and shorts. I can't really control how short they are. But it's going to be a lot of different things going on. But to your question, I think people, it's an adult driven event, and you got to just really decide that for yourself if you're going to bring your children to something like this.
Okay, cool. Because I know we had an event there, and we had some young people there, and they was with their family because it was Father's Day.
That's right. That's
It
right.
was Father's Day,
Yeah.
and young people do, and especially grandchildren and grandfather want their grandchildren being around.
Right.
So we just want to let you guys know if that families are welcome.
That's right. That's right. Families are welcome, and if folks want to secure a table, there's 3 different levels. $20 general admission just get you in, and $30 reserve, and then VIP $45. That's going to get you a little bit more. It's going to get you close age. It's going to get you a drink ticket. It's going to get you some food. The food is going to be provided by Oklahoma Joe's. That's a national chain known for their barbecue. I know one of the closest one. Well, we got one here. I was going to say the closest one here is by us is Kansas City, but we have one here in Exarban Village.
Right.
My man Greg Cuncho brought one of the franchises here. So food, fun, all that good stuff. We're going to even have for the fellows or females smoke a cigar. We'll have a spot where you can smoke a little cigar if you want to turn up a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, sure. Omaha, the Birds of Bless. Make sure you guys get your tickets early. They can purchase tickets at the door too.
They can, absolutely. Doors open up at 6:30 p.m. and so, but we'll have a DJ that'll be starting. So that music, don't wait. Try to come on time, especially if you want to do the boat ride. The boat will start boarding at 7:15, and it will leave port at 7:30.
Is this what? Just a boat hour?
It's going to be an hour, absolutely. So 7:30 to 8:30, they'll be cruising up and down the Missouri River, and then they should land back on the landing about 8:30.
Okay.
And so we're going to have music going because everybody's not going to do the boat. And so we're going to have music going. You got a DJ. You're going to have live music. Ed Archibald going to kind of set off the night with some smooth jazz in his own way. And we got some door prizes. Like I said, best dress, sundress, hats, and shorts. And then we're going to give a giveaway. And we're going to raffle off a Louis Vuitton purse that was sponsored by Status. And $10 give you a chance to win. The value of that purse, I believe, is like $1,500.
Okay.
So for $10, you get a chance to win a purse that's valued at about $1,200 to $1,500.
Okay, great. Omaha, the Birds of Bless. Talking to Tim Clark, host of Heartland Focus on WWT, correct?
That's right, Channel 6.
You catch them on Saturdays at 5.
Yeah, 5:30 a.m. in the morning, and then we sit on a link where people can get it on YouTube channel as well, Heartland Focus. And so got a great show planned for tomorrow morning. So tune in. We're talking about a lot of, really offline, we've been talking about a lot of things that's happening in North Omaha. And so I just I took some time to really give my perspective of what's taking place in North Omaha and where we're at, mostly, Keen, and where do we need to go and how do we get there, man?
Now, did you have a guess or
man? I was just
or just your monologue,
man. Just my monologue. I was just feeling. Sometimes just like you,
right.
Yeah, you just walk in here and you just got something heavy on your mind,
right?
And you just want to let people know how you feeling, man. And I did that. For this show. I didn't cut them like you cut them normally, but I did cut them a little bit.
Right.
And what I'm really calling for is that as we look at lifting really what is known in terms of this great Omaha area as North Omaha being probably one of the most challenging areas economically, how do we really lift it, right? And what I'm calling for is I think people, they got to leave the personalities and leave all that crap outside. Elected officials, you got elected for a reason, to represent the people. This is a system by the people, for the people. Sometimes we just lose focus of that. We get in office and it becomes about us. And I just think with all the lifting we have to do in North Omaha, I'm calling for the city council, Douglas County commissioners, the mayor's office, the governor's office. We got to do more. It's got to be intentional. It's got to be deeper. I'm not at all saying what has not being appreciative of what has happened or what's happening now. I'm just saying we got to go deeper, and we got to give more resources. We got to give more adequate resources. There's been too much neglect for too many years. So you cannot catch up when you're tracking from behind of lack of resources. There's no way you can catch up if you just do a little.
Right.
You got to do something courageous. It's like that old saying, go big or stay at home.
Right.
We don't need you to stay at home. We just need you to dig a little deeper. So I know the mayor presented a budget this week to the city council. We need to vet that budget, and we got to look at that budget and say, is North Omaha getting its fair share?
If I heard about the budget. If we were getting something, the news would have reported it. We ain't getting nothing, brother, from the big house. Nothing's coming from the big house.
So you're thinking we ain't?
I'm gonna look at the budget, but I'm going to assume, news like to make news.
Yeah, that's right.
They like to be first.
Yeah.
And if there's something, a line item for Black folks over here on the plantation, we would have known. Now they got Tommy Warren in there.
Yeah.
And hopefully he can negotiate.
Yeah.
Something.
Well, he's got some negotiation skills.
Without doubt.
So absolutely. And I do think, I just think, I don't know, Brother Muhammad and, you guys, I think we're in a place where if there's an opportunity for us to really get it and get it big, if we can create some collective economics and some commonality in terms of where we're heading, man, I think we can grow big. I have never seen the governor focus so intentionally on North Omaha by putting an office, an economic development office in North Omaha. Now, what we're going to do with it, right? That's a step, though. So I applaud him for that step.
But that's a major step because that's I haven't seen nothing from our city do anything. Because as far as economics, they closed. My man worked at the what do you call it down the state. They closed the state building right here on 24th.
Yeah,
and Lake, and look what kind of building it is now.
True.
Because I actually nurture young people from $10,000 grant that I got from over there.
Okay.
But they closed entities that actually help. Business Technology Center was supposed to be an incubator.
Yeah.
But we got all these
Love Jazz. Right. It's many more. I'm sorry. I had to throw that one in there because that one's kind of personal to me. I got to just full disclaimer. I used to work there, but that's something, that's an art, that's the pace and the pulse of this community. And like you said, we closed down these entities where we could help empower people to get up and get out.
Right now, if you're not talking about dollars, it's not making sense.
It's not making sense.
So right now, I'm going to look at the budget. Has it come out to the public yet?
Hey, it's out because they gave it to they gave a copy to all the council, and so we have a representative that we put in office.
Okay.
For District 2, that's going to really size up and vet that budget and look and say, okay, what's for North Omaha? And then what we have to fight for. I don't know. You being quiet, Brother Muhammad, but what is your take on the rise, the lift in terms of knowing the work that you've done in the past? Because you've done some tremendous work when it comes to community and mobilization through your work with Mad Dads and all of those things that you've done. But what is your perspective in terms of where we're at, where we need to go?
I agree with you.
What we go with that? That's too easy. Can you believe that? That's too easy.
I agree with you. Well, I think we got to know. So I agree with King. He got to look at the budget. We have to look at the budget and see what's on there first.
Yeah.
Before we can make a comment on how the budget is. Also, we probably need to look at the making of the budget before she make the budget.
That's right. So
So,
we're talking about it too late almost.
Yeah, it's hindsight right
Yeah,
now. So whatever
absolutely.
it is now is pretty much whatever it is.
Yeah, that's right.
But I think we focus a lot on tearing each other down. That's what I see a lot. But I think we got to have knowledge. We got to know what's going on.
Why do you think what you just said? We focus too much on tearing each other down. Not so much why is that? How do we move through that? Because we don't get the work done if we're here in this tearing, crab in the barrel, we're tearing each other down. We don't get the work done for the people if we stay there.
Well, if you believe in politics, we need politicians that think like we want them to think. So
okay,
if you look at the politicians,
I can go with that, King.
The politicians that we do have, whether we agree or disagree with them, if we destroy them, then that makes our fight even longer, because you got to have seasoned politicians to make moves, because all the we're talking about is coming through some type of political system, whether it's Democrat or Republican. So
that's true.
We got to support those that are in that game, wholeheartedly, even when we disagree with them, because it's already fixed. Then if you go in there as a politician and you're trying to make moves in your own mind for your people, everybody may not understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
And instead of us attacking the person because we don't understand what's going on and just let it go,
yeah,
we would rather destroy them.
Yeah.
and say,
I know.
And say they ain't doing nothing for us.
Yeah.
And then you put of nothing, and they started from
and it came up a Mad Dad question. Mad Dad, work, but and I get him all the time about not representing the work of his father. We got a son named Brother Brown said, "Do you know Joseph Henry?" That's his uncle. He said he worked with the Mad Dads.
Yeah, his name sounds familiar.
So he said, "Ask him." He said, "You make sure I ask you."
Yeah.
So because people know the work of like you said, the social organizing, because that's basically what you guys did on the street, and everyone is like you said. You take out the old, now you bring in someone new,
right?
And they don't know the footwork of the past successes,
right?
So they starting back all over again,
right? So there's very.
So what happens in politics? It happens with organizations.
Well, I think it's generational. Like, because of the work Mad Dads did, you had a generation of men who were focused on the kids, the community. Issues that was going on, and all of the national founders of Mad Dads have passed away. So we're in a different dispensation of time now, with a different generation of men now.
Yeah,
and there's still a lot of Mad Dads around, or those that are looking to do positive things in the community.
But what has changed? I mean, dads are still mad, and I mean, in terms of how do we? What's the new version of Mad Dad? Do you see a new version of Mad Dads really being essential to what's happening right now?
I mean, yeah. I mean, the whole drive in the Black community is about Mad Dads. I mean, because it's about men, standing up, taking a rightful position as men.
Yeah.
And that's why I say knowledge is number one. We got to know what we're talking about, what we're fighting for.
Right.
Number two, we got to stop fighting each other, because regardless of how I feel about you, if you make a move downtown and I don't understand it, I should have enough respect for you to say, well, long as he know what he do, I think he know what he doing, I'm letting him go and do what he got to do.
You want to give him a pass?
Well, it's not a pass. The decision.
Yeah.
And you didn't fought to be in that position, and you making decisions. It's just a matter of support.
Right. Okay.
I'm not giving you a pass. That. I'm giving you support.
You respecting.
I'm respecting you as a person that I know that's serious about the community.
Yeah.
And he might have to make a decision that I don't understand.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to destroy my relationship with you.
Yeah.
And say, oh, I hate him because he's doing something I don't like.
Well,
I'd just rather say, well, brother, I'm a support what he do.
I know what played out publicly. I mean, this ain't no secret. Played out publicly 2 weeks ago. live in terms of city council, where you had some opinions or persuasion of far as North Omaha as it relates to Ben Gray, right? In terms of just being appointed by the mayor. And I think how that played out, I wasn't there, but I saw it played out. But I think when you have a person that has given 12 years of their life and service, there should be some gratitude for that. I see that, and I honor that. But you have also a community that says we want a different leader. So they went out to the polls. They voted for a different leader. Now that harmony, the harmony is that we talk about. Hey, how do we jump together? That's really is really the responsibility is on those individuals. So, Councilman Juanita Johnson, former Councilman Ben Gray.
Yep.
How do they work together for the common good of this district?
Well, and you're right. Everyone else's opinion doesn't matter. It's up to those two. Honestly,
right.
In reality, everyone else's opinion really doesn't matter in reality, because those two actually need to be working together far as the chain of command. Because you're right. If he's the most senior politician, he has
a whole lot of knowledge that needs to be carried down.
Right. And so their relationship, and there needs to be a relationship there. A good relationship.
Biden, Obama.
But even it's not so much necessary that she has to even have a relationship with Ben Gray. She just have to get used to doing the job that she's been voted to do. Ben Gray was being appointed to a particular job that if he gets appointed, that he would be focused on. And what I'm looking at is those who are attacking Ben Gray, those who came on and used their time to attack his application methods and to just verbally attack him as a politician. I don't know them directly, but I would suspect that they have some type of community engagement for over the past few years. So if you look at the years that they have been doing stuff in the community, the years Ben have been doing stuff in the community, I think we would have made out a little bit better if their focus and their energy would have been on multiple lanes.
Versus
like
just
Ben
focusing
doing what he's
just on
doing.
Ben.
We got Miss Johnson. She's the new city councilman. Let her focus and get in pocket what she's doing. And then if they disagree with Ben Gray, we'll send him a letter. But then go on and keep focusing on your lane, because it's going to take a lot of those who have already been working in the community to continue to work in the community. But it's not necessary to destroy each other if we disagree on decisions that we're making in our prospective places of employment, because we're all being employed one way or another. And so they could have used their energy to build a lane to help the Black community in some kind of way, because honestly,
it most definitely should be about more building than versus tearing down. To try
to embarrass Ben Gray or the mayor, whoever they were trying to embarrass, it really was just it worked. It was an embarrassment.
Is it more embarrassment, or is just people are getting tired of taking it?
Yeah, it's a public forum. People have a right to express their opinions, no matter if you agree with it or not. Yeah, that's why they have a public forum.
Well, those of us that are in the working world, we know a lot of times you get a job based on who you know.
Absolutely,
it's not because your application looked so good,
right?
And that's just facts.
Yeah.
People run for office not because they got a good application.
Yeah.
They run for office based off of what their drive is. People listen to them and say, hey, we think that's a good person.
Right.
So my thing is, if the mayor appointed him, she knows what his background and his qualifications is, and she needed Mr. Gray for whatever reason to be in that position. I think we should just let that go and pray that Ben gets the position, instead of just trying to make it look like, oh, he's not qualified, because he's very qualified,
Well, he wrote the ordinance, and it was part of the author of a lot of that stuff. But I don't think it's if we take it out of the context of Ben, I think it's what people.
It's not really about Ben. Because I talked about the process. It's not even about Ben. It's about Massa coming again, appointing someone else that the community did not have no input in. And that's always been the process. That someone choose our so-called director leaders, and we don't have no input and say so. So we're talking about the process. We're not talking about the person.
Well, but we don't have the right. We don't have the right to screen foul based on law. If the law is that those are appointed positions, once they get appointed? Once they get appointed, well, if the mayor felt like she wanted to appoint,
but the process, she appoints, and the city council approve, but she has to have the majority of the votes or a certain percentage of the council.
So that's what.
So that's how it got stopped, because
because people have a right to testify.
They said, "Hey, the process or not so much process." Because the mayor had the right to do what you're talking about.
And they went through the right process.
Yeah.
So citizens...
They do this job every day, including Ben Gray. He had been doing it every day for some years now.
Doing what job?
The city councilman.
No, I'm talking about, we're talking about the land bank. He got appointed to the land bank.
But it's approved, the mayor appointed, and then it's approved by city council.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So
and they laid it over.
The argument that we did as black folks in front of the state was that
he was a qualified.
He didn't win his district, so we didn't choose him to be city councilman, so you can't choose him to do this job. That's what the cry was. And
I heard more than that.
No. That
was part of it.
Sure Weston never said anything. Sure Weston strictly stayed on the evidence. She strictly stayed on the evidence. She didn't get. She didn't bring no emotion. She talked about the process of applying, and she said that.
Let me repeat myself.
She said the process was not followed.
So let me repeat myself. Those of you who have corporate jobs, you know for a fact you get a good job not based off of your application. Is who you know. If you know someone in there and they know your qualifications, they want you in the position, they will pull you in the position, and a lot of times you will get a good position like that. That's how this works.
Yeah.
So to put it out there as if the mayor and Ben Gray skipped a big old process and all this type of stuff.
No, they went to the right
now
process.
You want to show the state of Nebraska incomplete application and he shouldn't have the job. That's like elementary.
But she to your point, it is her right and duty to appoint.
As a citizen.
That's But I think what I heard too, what I heard too, Brother Muhammad, is that people were saying, okay, you're appointing a person to represent District 2. Fact, right? A voting position. What part of what I heard was, could there have been some conversation or input by the person that we elected to represent District 2 to say, I'm going to put Ben in there. Do you have any other names or what? Regardless of what Councilwoman Juanita Johnson, her input, the mayor still had the right to say, you know what, thanks for your input, but I'm going to still proceed with Ben Gray. I think it's just people just feeling that there was some level of disrespect in the position. It's not so much of individual in the position of saying, okay,
because I mean, because when stuff come through North Omaha, Ben demanded that they come to him and talk to him.
Listen,
I'm saying, I've interviewed Ben too much, and if he coming to North Omaha or not coming to North Omaha,
he wants some input.
He wants to know about it.
He wants some input.
He's the city councilman.
Exactly.
That's the job.
Same thing.
So same thing with Juanita.
Same thing.
That's not her job.
What to know what's
that's
coming?
Not her job to point out an application.
No, we ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about that.
No,
I'm talking
not
about
that.
We talking about the responsibility of what's going on in District 2, because that's his or her responsibility.
Needs to have some conversation, man.
First of all, y'all making a big argument. I mean, it's like, because the mayor has been the mayor for a few years now. She's been getting voted in year after
By whom?
year.
By whom?
By the city of Omaha.
But what section of the city of Omaha?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It's black people that vote for her. I voted.
Again,
you vote for her?
You didn't vote. You didn't vote.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't vote.
Yeah, I did consciously.
Okay, okay, but physically, you didn't vote. But
that's a whole other conversation.
Hey,
I mean, I didn't do it on the ballot, but I thought that she would be a shoe-in because she's done a good job.
Again, I'm gonna look at the budget. I've been here for 50-something years. Now, I got to keep it real. I've been here 50-something years, and nothing's down here on 24th Street. I'm gonna see what's in the budget because they got 20-some million all around, building all around us.
Oh yeah,
50 million down here, 60 million downtown,
billions
all around the airport, billions dollars.
Billions.
What is coming over here?
That's
Now,
right.
I know for a fact that the top criminals in the United States are politicians.
Well, that's another.
And one of the most avid civil rights leaders that came up here, you invited me to the meeting when the preachers were preached and they brought that lady. She said the most incredible thing that they did wrong was show that they just did sit-ins and all that. He said, no, we planned, we organized, we implemented, we developed parallel structures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what we need to do. She said, a politician has not saved us, not going to save us. Yeah. She said Martin Luther King home said, and I'm part of the King family. She said he was our spokesperson. It was the millions of people behind him.
Oh yeah.
Well,
the
first,
word.
I mean,
let's look at facts then. Let's look at facts. Because what King led us into,
it's not King. It's a million people behind him.
Hold on.
And he was a spokesperson.
Hold on.
Remember that.
Hold on.
But this is the word.
These are the facts.
Okay.
The facts is the integration policy that he led us onto, we're fighting against right now.
Okay.
So we can't use failed policies to make a point in trying to build ourselves out of failed policies.
We got to create new policies.
Because integration destroyed all of our business connectedness.
I agree with you.
So now what I'm saying, since we don't have any more business because of failed policies like integration, now we can't sound like elementary children and attacking our senior politicians on how they may get a particular job appointed when if they was qualified for the job, maybe the mayor would have appointed them. So all I'm saying right is now we have to fight against integration situation. Like you said, if there's money here, if there's money's there, there's money's there.
Bro, it's not being fault. We need money, man. He only got
those
one vote.
failed policies.
No, bro. Ben. I'm not saying Ben tried to do everything, but he only one vote. He only one vote, brother. And he tried to bring a lot of. We had a conversation, but he got 6 other city council people that didn't support him. That's why we're in this condition, brother.
But I want to go back to where you were talking about the different areas of money, because to me that's what's important.
Right.
So what I'm saying is those who have years of work in the community, that knowing that we need economic development, it would make more sense for us to put our energy
there
in those different areas of what you pointed out.
Yeah.
And show the discrepancies in those areas. So whomever it is, they can get the money. More of us can get the money in those areas that you're talking about.
Right.
Because to just destroy one of our own, and there's no money available.
I agree with you. They do the same thing in Juanita.
It was just an elementary
I agree with
you.
crying session. And then all the Negroes get emotional as we usually do. And at the end of the day, the mayor's still going to pick, who she wants. And then the city council still got to vote to approve her pick.
And I agree. I think we do have to elevate the consciousness and the game because that's being played.
Right.
And I see value. That's why I started off and said 12 years as a city council person. Although, Ben and I have had difference of opinion, but there's value and there's gratitude for his work and commitment of what he has done to help move North Omaha forward. You can't just sit there and say, this brother didn't do any good. I can't say that. Ben has done a lot of good, but how do we collectively now take his knowledge, his experience, and build blocks on that and stop having to start over all the time? We lose history. We lose mad dads. Look at the foundation that you guys built. Why do we got to start over
All
all
over
the
again.
time?
That's why I said,
How do we build on and keep building on these
the foundation that's already been
foundations
built.
that they set? And so I'm tired of starting over all the time.
It's
That's
lack of respect
why-
for our elders. A lack of respect for our elders.
that's
brother.
why I use the term support.
That's right.
Even
yeah.
when I don't understand.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's strong.
It doesn't matter if I understand. I'm not in his meetings.
That's right.
We don't know what deals he's making with the other council people so he can get other things done.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's a compromise situation. And understanding that if it don't go my way as a citizen every time, I can't destroy my relationship with him
Yeah.
because it don't go my way. I think he should be doing it my way.
Yep.
When I don't know what he know. And all I'm saying is we do ourselves a better service, not by destroying our own,
That's right. We got to,
but by going after those different
that's right,
areas
that's right.
King has identified.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of
That's
other
right.
areas of money that we're not even paying attention to.
But when you think about the lift and how are we going to get out of this, I really think it's going to point to education. When you think about at the core of poverty, core of crime, we got to figure out a way to attract more jobs in North Omaha. I call them the H3s,
Mm-hmm.
high demand, high skill, and high wage, because people you can't. How do you spin yourself out of poverty and you don't have a job that you can go to that you can make an earner's living, where you can create a place for your family to live, work, and play?
Man,
So you got to skill up, the job up, so you can get your money up.
Well, the ultimate equation is black men. I mean, we got to be involved in every aspect.
Yeah.
Education, of course, is the key. When I was substitute teaching as a black man, I was like a god when I walk into because I brought down
a suit on.
Yeah, I brought down all racism because now they say a black man, intelligent, and all what they parents taught them about all that stuff go out the door. So the black man actually got to be in the educational room
and get more in the rooms.
We got to be in the room, but we got to teach. We got to teach the contribution of our people, man. That is the key, because when I went to, I stopped, and that's the reason why I cheated. I tell everybody I cheated in y'all religion, for real.
Okay.
And I refuse to take American history any longer because I didn't see nobody black in it. So if I'm feeling like that, our kids are feeling like that. I was 18 feeling like that, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, come on. So now we adults,
we're not telling the whole truth.
We are not developing conduits of opportunity of knowledge for our children, so they can even think of that. They can do this or do that.
So we can't get upset because we fought for integration, and integration took away the black developed schools, and even the black HBCUs now are all controlled with other mindsets. You can't even get education in those schools. So, like I said, failed policies that we fought for, it is what it is. Now we're fighting to come out of failed policies and to do something different. And I think it's just, number one, like I said, we got to support each other regardless.
Yeah.
And we got to get more knowledge about where the different monies is at. All the black people that say they Democrats, none of them participate in the Democratic Party processes. Because we went to the processes, and you might have one or two blacks in the whole place.
Really don't participate.
We don't participate.
And when you think about what's happening, what's in front of us right now in terms of how fragile this democracy is, man, it is scary what can be, our future if we don't figure out a way to get more engaged in the process, civic responsibility and understand and look at what they're dealing with at the federal level of the legislation around suppressing the vote and putting in the law all these different mechanisms that's going to stop people from voting.
So let's look at that. Let's look at that because we're talking about elevating, and we really do need to elevate. So could anyone share with me, based off of that legislation of having a voter register, having ID to vote, how does that slow down voting participation in America?
Well, see, I think what you got to look at, Brother Muhammad, is it's just that's one. So ID is one.
How does it slow down voting participation in America?
Because if I haven't read the legislation I don't know how they're defining ID.
Right.
If they're defining ID as a driver's license, there's one. So it depends on how they're defining ID.
Before y'all go there, because there's no definition in ID. When you go to any place, they ask you for ID.
Yeah.
You get school ID.
You can use two
Any
or three
ID.
different pieces.
Okay.
What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
how does ID hinder people from participating in the voting process?
Well, actually, I thought you had to have ID to initially register. I thought
It don't matter.
And then most Americans have ID.
Stop right there.
Stop
right there.
Majority.
Yeah.
Now, I think they targeted non-documented.
Stop right there.
So and I agree with non-documented should be
Stop
voting.
right there. Stop right there, because you said most Americans. Now, my next question would be, what American do not have some type of ID?
It's very few. All right, so I agree with you.
We buy alcohol.
Yeah.
All Negroes buy alcohol.
Yeah.
We make ID to buy alcohol.
Right.
Yeah.
We drive cars.
Right.
And we cash checks.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's not a black person
Yeah.
I know of that's.
And even before then, you got learn permit. All males got to sign up for selective service.
Mm-hmm.
All American males had to sign up, so that you got to have.
That's one thing.
So,
I agree with you.
So to me, honestly, I think we're wasting our time. Let them change the laws. Let them change the law. We just earn change. Read the damn law and work it better than them.
But hold on,
better.
But let's.
Golly, I mean.
But we got to look at. We was talking about elevating,
Mhm.
because we got to look at this for real if we're going to elevate. Because the conversation is black people are jumping out the window saying that this legislation, because that one sister got locked up by the police, saying that it's hindering us black people from voting, and that's not.
No,
the
it's
truth.
not. It's not true.
Now, what it is, you have the Democrats letting in millions of people without proper documentation at the border.
Right.
And they saying that all of those people.
Why is just Democrats?
It is Democrats.
It is. They let in.
Because Biden and them stopped what Trump was doing.
That's
That's simple. Trump stopped it. He put a border up. He was building a wall, and then as soon as he lost, they stopped it, opened it up. Now hold on.
But there's still a system in place of processing
and the propaganda. No, bro. I'm
not
media.
just free for all.
No, what the media has done when Trump was
free for all.
And I'm black. Trump is white, and they say he's racist. But man, when he was stopping the border, the cameras was down there. But now that all these people coming over, where the cameras at? Where the cameras at?
Well, they're not. You see less
censorship. So you see how the Democrats are playing trick with your mind, and I'm a Democrat. Get mad at me.
Hey, so check this out though. Are you saying Democrats control all the media, so they're not showing this?
Most.
Yeah,
I don't even see it on image. I don't see it on
see
Fox.
it, brother. You don't see it.
I'm saying that.
You don't
You're
see
saying
it.
that.
I'm saying that.
So so you don't. Are they showing it on Fox?
I'm saying it's already obvious. You don't even have to ask questions.
Yeah,
because it's
You don't
already
see it.
obvious what the media is doing.
So if we, I mean, I think
But when Trump was down there putting up the wall, they show the wall every day. But now, since all the people coming over, they're not showing nothing. Not showing all the people. And now Nebraska is paying our National Guard, our state patrol, to go down and help guard in Texas, brother. We paying it, brother.
Okay. So
I mean, come on, man.
That's to help to stop the flow, right?
Yeah, stop the flow.
They're going down there to help.
Help,
right?
yeah.
Now
So
let's
because the Democrats, and I'm a Democrat, want to let everybody over here, man. Hey,
now let's look at the legislation. Let's look at the legislation.
Ain't no legislation.
Yeah.
No, it is. There's legislation on the table for voter ID.
Oh, for ID, okay.
Because Negroes been saying it's gonna hurt us, but
No, it ain't gonna hurt
they're
us.
basically trying to create an ID system because, well, let's not say the Democrats letting all the people in, But whoever's down there on the southern border, they letting the people in.
Well, who's in leadership,
So,
brother?
I know, but we can't rise all the way in one night. You know what I'm saying? Because with some things we just don't like to admit. But this is their game. This is not our game. This is their game. So the voter right registration, they're trying to put in place for those that do come in that they may have to have some type of ID before they're able to vote in the next election.
Right.
Well, so you're getting a whole lot of. I think we should pay attention to some of these comments. As,
and I can't see the comments.
So one of them is like,
Okay. I got Ricky Smith. Okay, he said it is true. It's a racist practice. We have invalid and suspended IDs. There has been a need for a one-stop place to get valid ID. So I agree. Everybody need ID, man. We need ID for everything.
We get it. We got to cash them checks, bro.
Yeah, we need ID for everything.
Yeah, we got to drive that car.
Without
We
doubt.
got to get some alcohol.
Yeah.
We need it.
Yeah, we got to go to the movies.
You have never seen if a brother lost his ID, he go get another one.
Without doubt. And my mama who couldn't read or write, she had two IDs. She had military ID, so we get on the base, and she had state ID.
Right.
So there's somebody,
and that's a moment that couldn't read or write that picked cotton.
But part of it, you guys,
I think
no, brother. We should make it fundamentally.
If you're not from here, brother,
easy for people to vote. That's legitimate. That's legitimate.
I agree with you.
In terms of just so
but
ID.
They can
that's easy, and so you should have an ID.
Here in Nebraska, we could do only voting.
Only vote. What we're doing in
let's
Nebraska.
Let's not say you should have ID. Let's admit that we do have.
We do.
Yeah, everybody
don't. But
nobody's running around here without ID. If they are, they go spend $15 and get another.
Yep. So let's take that out. ID is not a barrier. It should not be a barrier.
Not to black people.
It should not be a barrier.
Not to black people.
No, it's not. It's
because
not.
It is
other
a barrier.
people.
It's other black people that's from other countries that's just coming in.
Those are new immigrants.
There's a process they would have to go through. That's what they're trying to put in place. A process for them to go through in order to vote.
But a lot of them skip out on their green cards when they get over here. A lot of them skip out on their visas and they disappear in society.
So, hey, folks are sounding off. If you got some questions, please let us know. But one of them is saying here, the mayor, for him to keep doing nothing for black people in North Omaha and keep her informed and keep black folks in check and down, period. So that's one's opinion in terms of just what has happened in terms of that whole thing with Ben Gray and the mayor.
What did they say again now?
Basically, let me follow their thread all the way through. The mayor doesn't live in North Omaha District 2. She shouldn't have any say. So, period.
Okay, stop right there. Has there ever been a mayor in this city that didn't have say so over District 2? Like every other district?
Yeah.
That's part of the job, right?
It is part of their job.
Okay, let's look at job description because we want to elevate people.
But Brother Muhammad, a job,
the mayor's
your
job.
responsibilities and what you do, but also that does not it makes you a better mayor when you take the time and ask the people.
Right. And
it makes you a better person.
Right.
You can do what you're saying. That's elementary, bro. That's her job. She can pick what you want. She don't have to ask nobody. But you do got to get approval from the council.
Right. And she asked from Ben Gray.
And the council said no.
Well, she asked
because the way she did it.
So the council said no.
It's locked.
So it's
they
locked.
voted 5-2. Or something. It'll have to be 3-4.
It's 3-4. It needs to be 5-2. So it's going to be put on file, I would think. And it's a mute deal. It's going to be a mute deal. I don't think they're going to get the 3 to change their mind. That's
not even an issue. Yeah. It don't really matter whether they do or not.
So my point is this. Let me ask you a question there, because we're talking about process now. Yeah. So if the city council, because the mayor's going with the right process, so if the city council don't accept her appointment,
it's done.
So she got to appoint someone else.
I don't know what happens after, but I know in terms of the Ben situation is mute. In terms of just if the city council doesn't approve that nomination,
right,
They go back to the drawing board. I don't know where they go, but I think it's process.
Yeah.
So you can do as the mayor, as the owner of this station, you can do what law provides you to do, but how do you do better by just the people you serve? You at least have some respect for the people that represent that district, I would think, and say, Brother Hammond, I know I don't need to ask you or even talk to you, but brother, you represent District 2. I'm thinking about putting King there in that position. Talk to me. Is that cool? Do you have any feelings about that?
Listen,
I mean, you don't have to.
I don't have.
You don't have to.
I don't have a lot of white women friends.
Okay. I mean,
so I don't know how white women will respond and how they want to bring somebody in an appointed position that they're appointing. She's a businesswoman.
Hold
on. It is, because that's what it is. It is because the person is making a statement that she shouldn't be able to,
because she don't live here.
Right.
She don't live in the statement was the mayor doesn't live in North Omaha District 2. She shouldn't have any say so, period.
Right. So if
we know that. Okay.
Well, hold on, but if it's the mayor's process to use Ben Gray, who has been representing District 2 for 12 years, to get the information that she wants on that particular piece. I
think that's okay.
Okay.
I think that's okay.
All I'm saying is, for the person that made that comment, we believe that it's okay for the mayor to do what she's done, because she's using a seasoned politician who represented District 2 for 15 years to help make a decision. Now, the city council don't have to go along with it, which
absolutely
they did. They went 5-2. That's part of the process.
Actually, 4-3.
Right. But the mayor, as the mayor, you have every right to choose whom you please if they've been working in cities. Like if you became the mayor, you decided to choose a young white lady to do something in some area based off of her maybe years of experience.
So I think it backs the process, and so did she follow process? Yes, she did. She had every right.
It's called job description. She has her own job, and none of us are mayors. So when you see mayors functioning, it's a big statement to say what they can't do,
but it doesn't make it. That's so evidently in the minds of folks that cared enough to go down there and voice their opinion, it didn't make it right for them in terms of it didn't settle well how it was done. And so, but I think it
didn't settle well because
those individuals,
it was done
with
being great. It didn't settle well because it was being great that was chosen. Those of us, those of us who've been watching this whole process play out, there's always been a rumblings about being great. People been dissatisfied. That's probably some of the reasons why he may have lost the election. So to see him to still be appointed in an important position like that, people felt free to go down and dig up things and to try to discredit him even further. To me, that's what I call elementary hour. Because we got so much more important things to do, and that position that he was appointed to sounds like an important one. And he has been an elected official,
absolutely,
more than any of those that was disagreeing with him. So he had more experience and knowledge. I'm just saying we have to use our energy different.
Well, I tell you one thing, I want to see more closed door, behind the door, and in front of the door of holding people accountable. Well, and then it comes in all kind of live and really elevate the Omaha. It has to be collectively, it has to be common, built on the foundation of common good that's going to move us forward. But too often, and I was sharing this with the president of the council, I said, I don't know about you guys, and you probably have a little bit more closer read on it, but I think there's something in the air that there's people that they don't want to just go along to get along no more. They want action. They want to move North Omaha forward, and they want to hold people accountable more. And I think that's okay And I don't think we can do that without tearing each other down. That time spent of negative energy, I am not for. We got to look at how we move forward, but we got to do it also. I would have liked to have seen the mayor and the council person had a conversation offline. All of that stuff that took place there could have happened offline. It didn't have to play out publicly in front of everyone. If you had willing spirits and minds on both sides wanting to solve it that way.
If it was about the community, it would have been.
Absolutely.
But it was a personal attack.
Personal.
We all seen it. We're grown now.
Yeah.
We don't have to make excuses. You know, so they attacked him. All I'm saying is and they
attacked the mayor too.
If that's how they want to do,
so it wasn't just Ben. It was the mayor.
And that's their prerogative and their right to do those things. I'm just saying in terms of us building and moving forward.
That's right.
And then utilizing even those that criticize him because they have years of experience too.
That's right.
That's why they're frustrated.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got to figure out
how do we channel that frustration into good.
If we're going to hold anybody accountable, the first accountability is self.
Yeah.
I can't jump out the window and start hollering at my brother downtown. And I don't even know his job description. I don't even know what he going through, what he done met with.
Yeah.
And then I ain't doing nothing to help the situation either.
Yeah.
So to me, it's all about self-qualification.
And that's a good segment into self-responsibility, right? So what do we do? And when you think about, offline, we were talking about the increase of gun violence because defunding the police. I don't think there's been no defunding here in Nebraska. That's just not going to happen. And I think it's more media hype.
Yeah, media.
And it's getting people, they're running scared in terms of just, defund the police. I don't know about you, Brother Muhammad. I don't want the police to be defunded. Do you?
That's.
Do you want the police to be defunded?
The whole Black Lives Movement.
Would you like to see the police be defunded?
No, I don't want to see.
Do you?
No, I'm afraid.
I don't want to see no defunding of the police. No. What I do want to see, because of just what is in front of us, is a better level of accountability. And I think I've had the chief of police on my show many times, Deputy Chief Kanger on my show. They're working hard to look at how do they make it better, but I think they can't do it by themselves. It's got to be a collective thing, man.
Now, those of us that have dealt with community issues with the police, we know it's got to be done at the union level.
Okay.
You can't do nothing with the police unless you deal with the union.
But
the unions are under contract with the cities, and that's where
who signs that city's contract.
But that's where the decisions are being made.
The city council and the
on
mayor.
What the police can and cannot do. So we have to approach it to go and deal with the unions. If we want certain changes within the police departments. Yeah. To me, that's one-on-one, because we've dealt with the police departments for years.
Yeah.
And that goes so far.
Yeah.
But now we have to really look at the unions if there's
and the state. I think on the federal side, they're looking at the state level too, because the police, they have that embedded immunity or where
that's the union contract.
It is, but it's state law.
It's the union, right?
But so you got to change. You change the law, you change the contract.
It's in the contract.
And so the same thing. Who signs the law of the contract? Our representatives, city council, and the mayor. And so I think publicly we don't know. There again, facts.
Civics.
What's
Civics.
in that contract?
We don't know job description.
Yeah, what's in their contract?
When let's get example, like when the mayor was running for mayor. First, one of the things she did, she gave the fire department some new trucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It probably helped her get elected. Tit for tat. I don't know, but whatever it is, but
that's politics,
it's politics. And I think we got to pay attention to, sitting down with the police department, the community, and saying, okay, here's here's what we can agree upon in terms of just, we got body cameras now. Now they just hired a person that's going to deal with mental health and behavioral health, take somebody out there so they can look at that whole process of de-escalating. How do you get out of a situation? How do you get, but then also, I mean, I've heard the chief in terms of just some of it is out of his hand once it gets to arbitration. A lot of it is arbitration and is in those contracts, like you're saying. So I think we got to really understand what's in the contract. If we want something different, we gotta
my
lobby
person,
for that.
Yeah, my person have always been you go to the top and it's legislation. If you want anything changed, it's legislation. This whole country is governed by black and white paper, black ink, period. All the other emotion stuff is irrelevant until we change policies. Then we're gonna keep doing what we did yesterday. I want radical change. I'm a social scientist. I want radical change. If we're gonna stop crime, if we really want to help North Omaha, we can do it overnight. We got several billionaires around here. We got the highest per capita millionaires. But everybody,
those billionaires and millionaires, I agree with you, King. I think it needs to start with us. Because change has to start from the inside out.
No, you know what I did. I called my man Tim Burke.
Yeah,
and Tim Burke, who is my white homeboy, but he ran OPPD, now retired, but he's still involved. So I called him yesterday, and I said, man, I need to hook up with those 150 CEOs to make sure that we finish that plan.
Right.
And then I gave him a plan on because he's involved with the United Way, because I know that our people are hurting out here. No one thinking about really the people. I said, man, we need to advocate this 211 so people can know the resources, because people are hungry, man.
Yeah.
Well, we got all these other variables, and people are we depending on our politicians, all these other people with hierarchy, but our people are on this low level. They had no food to eat. None of the politicians came, black or white, male or female, came to feed the people. So I know we worry about 1 or 2 positions, but man, we got thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that are really hungry and starving. So we need an infusion and a bold infusion of economic development, and it's not coming from the big house.
That's right.
And Ben is not the problem. Miss Juanita not the problem.
No,
but we gotta help them.
But hold on, but there is solutions out here, because we just watched when President Trump was in power. He went down the list of the amount of money we paying all these different nations.
Right.
Now I'm saying this that from a Mad Dad standpoint, from black fathers, African American fathers, Adolf father, whatever we call ourselves, children of slaves. They offer other nations billions and trillions of dollars per year. Creation, even Obama offered Croatia billions of dollars to fight Russia. We give Israel billions of dollars. We give Egypt billions of dollars. We give a lot of nations on the planet billions of dollars that come from us, so-called taxpayers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Negroes or African Americans or children of slaves, what we call ourselves today, we still sitting here looking at programs. So if we really want to elevate to where we really consciously trying to go, we can't continuously talk about politics in terms of Democrats and Republicans. We got to look at this thing as a nation of people, and we need so many trillions of dollars. So per person, we know per person as African Americans, we're going to come up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now we'll probably just blow this particular conversation over and go back to crying and trying to find simple ways out or look for the programs. But until we revisit this, like the rest of the men on the planet, see, the rest of the men on the planet are getting billions of dollars per year from America.
But
you got to.
But again, going back to legislation, you're going
where it helps you and I.
So we're part of the budget. We got to be part of the budget.
See, we're not in the same conversation.
What?
I'm saying every year
countries.
budget wise,
Right.
they paying billions
I
of
agree with
dollars.
you. So I'm asking you.
Right.
100%.
I'm asking you.
Let's bring it-
Now,
Yeah.
until we say we are a people
We did.
and stop asking for programs,
I understand that.
we're gonna continuously
I've
have
been-
an
I've
issue.
been-
Why are they giving
I've been-
those billions of dollars to those places? It's interest. It's American interest on what?
Oh, not Black American interests.
I know it's not, but there's interest in terms of just some of the countries that you named that they're giving billions of dollars to. Why are they giving it to them?
Because of weapons. Because they have oil. Israel. It's a check over in the Middle
It
East.
doesn't really matter why,
But they're giving it.
Yeah, they are. They're
See,
getting it for free.
When we men, we don't care why they getting theirs. The problem is we not getting ours.
Okay.
That's the only problem I see.
So
We can't be. Matter of fact,
I
for the
agree.
simple fact that they are getting it, we should rejoice because now they don't have a reason to say why we can't get it.
Okay. So
So similar to what again our sister Helen did on the state level by creating that African American Commission. On the national level, the native have the what's the Bureau of Indian Affairs.
But you
Well, hold on a second, brother. Where they have a line where they get money every year.
line item.
So how do we get on the as a line item and we got as close as
But look how you jump.
Very good. I love where you're heading.
Okay, now Trump is the closest president that gave us a line item where he funded the
HBCU,
right,
which
right.
is schools. They ain't doing nothing.
Okay, now, but he gave him a line item. But we need a line item in the budget, so every year we're getting trillions of dollars. Now, and we talked about this yesterday. I don't want a 1-year payment. How long we been in slavery, brother? 500 some years. We need 500 years.
Okay, so that's why when you make that conversation, like when you started off speaking with Helen, going to the state level, said we was already out of bounds. When you started off saying Helen, state level, that's out of bounds.
Line item budget. We got line item budget in the state budget.
Then you went to Native Americans.
They got line item budget.
Hold on, they better than that. They recognized as a nation.
Right.
That was my point.
Right.
In the beginning, there's some fundamentals have to be put
in
in
place. The Nation
place.
Islam. Hold on a second. Hold on. Now, come on, bro. Come on now. Let's get for real. Now, if you want to talk some real stuff, the Nation of Islam is set up for Black people. I've been to the Million. I'm a Million Man Marcher. The Nation of Islam was set up for to guide Black people towards what you're talking about.
The Nation of Islam is currently still set up, and the Nation of Islam right now is currently guiding us into a conversation to make us look at ourselves nationally.
Right.
That's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Oh.
It's coming from the Nation of. I understand it. I listen to my minister, and I'm watching how they treat other nations.
Right.
And we are a nation also.
Without a doubt.
But we were the children of slaves.
Right.
So we have a mental, as a mad dad, I got to look at this from a man point of view. The French, the Italians, the Africans, the Asians, the Mexicans, everybody have their own currency. They all can pull in their own pocket, pull out their currency and tell you who's on it. It look like them. It has value. But us, we pull in our hands in our pocket. We coming out with the slave traders. So we literally hate ourselves. We hate each other. There's nothing bonding us as a nation. So we got to look at, hey, we can't quit. We keep asking for programs, getting a couple of George Washingtons who was raping our mothers and stuff. We're not satisfied with that.
Yeah.
To go into another conversation is we need reparations, and it don't need to be their currency. It need to be gold and silver like in the Bible. And then we create a currency. And whatever currency we create in the world, the other people on the planet is going to do business with us because we got the Michael Jordans and we got the Mike Tysons and we got all of the baddest athletics and singers and thinkers and all of these type of things. It's just that America has benefited from our brain power and our physical power. And we sit back every year and watch them in the Olympics.
Our swag.
We watch them like we watch the NBA thing, heroes out there, but we don't run it. They making billions. Our basketball players making millions. We okay with that. And they the gods. Everybody want to be like Mike and them and play basketball and play football. Why the Haitian president just got murdered.
Mhm.
The world is going on. And so we need to think, we got to elevate our thinking
Mhm.
into a nation saying, hey, we don't want no more programs. Look, we need a couple of trillion. And then I feel like if they gave us a couple of trillion so that we can make sure we create thousandaires in our communities throughout America, the kind of heart we got, it will benefit white people also, because we will be in a better position. And then we can all work better on that equality thing.
Without doubt.
Because
Yeah.
we're not in any industries of relevance to make us a power. We're not in energy. You can look at the energy sector. Black people is not in energy. We doing hair,
Tech.
we doing liquor stores,
Yeah.
but we're not doing defense contracts nowhere in the country. So it's an elevation of us saying we not the slave no more.
Yeah. Well, I think Brother Muhammad, that consciousness, that national, of looking at ourselves differently.
Common sense.
It's and you're right. It's being done. They're pouring resources, mad resources, into other countries,
Mhm.
but yet and still we neglect our people,
Your own
in terms
people.
of, and not treating. I mean, all the contributions we have made as a people. Do we deserve better than that?
Right.
And kind of when you
And
think
are we
about it,
asking for better?
yeah, and
Are we asking for better?
that's true. That's true.
But again, when Malcolm X said it best, when you hanging around with the liberals, you're gonna be liberally guided in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
And so
Thank God I'm an independent and you two are Democrats.
Oh, that's cold blooded. Why you make me a Democrat?
Hey, I thought you were a Democrat,
Why
man. That's
I
how
gotta be a Democrat? I ain't never voted before.
I know
I
King's
said
a
I
Democrat.
voted consciously for the mayor.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I tell you though, I know this Friday, and thank God it's Friday.
Right.
I chased the weekend, but I think as we drill down to really what we started in terms of North Omaha. First of all, I want to go back to I want to see everybody Thursday, the 29th, for Express Yourself as part of the Native Omaha Day celebration.
We just did that.
Okay, and so we did that. But the thing is this: we have vehicles, we have representatives at the state level, Senator McKinney, Senator Justin Wayne, and what we have locally. That's on the politician side. Millions of dollars is going to be coming down on the state level, city level, county level. And I think collectively, what will cause us not to take full advantage and maximize what North Omaha can get is some of the things we've been talking about. Personal agendas, all those kind of things. And I think consciously, King, I know on my show, on your show, if we keep calling for people, how do we move forward and have to maximize our impact? And it's going to be about, we got to take, and not just because I work there, we got to take full advantage of Metro. It's a vehicle for building skill.
Yeah, without doubt.
And if we skill up, we can job up so we can get our money up, and I think those kind of fundamental things are right in front of us. OPS. What do we need in terms of from Dr. Cheryl Logan and the teachers and the counselors to make sure that all of those young people are on a path? The African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. So why should we expect them to do it by themselves?
Right.
It's got to be collective. It has got to be, we all got to do our part. So I it sounds like gloom and doom, but I'm very hopeful in terms of what's in front of us, in terms of the opportunities that lies in front of us. And I think if we dare to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, what can I do to contribute, versus looking outward and pointing fingers and throwing darts and all that kind of, look inward. Let's start inward of what we can do to make a difference. And so with that, man, I love you, brothers. I love your consciousness and what you do to make a difference. But I ain't, as Tupac would say, I ain't mad at you.
Oh yeah, without doubt.
I ain't mad at you.
But we got to make note, though, and truthfully, we can't. School not going to change our condition, just to be honest. but we have to get involved in the Democratic and the Republican parties because all the money is coming through there for school, for everything.
Oh yeah.
It's coming through there. That's where we're not at.
Yeah.
And then we jump up and vote like we really a part of it.
Yeah.
So if we really going to make some economic development in North Omaha, those that are Democrats will have to get up and go to the Democratic meetings, get seats,
involved,
and get in the power seats and the county levels.
I agree.
So that way we know where the money is at, and we can start preparing ourselves to be at the table to know where the money's going. Same way if you're in and get in the seats and be a part and engage. If we don't engage the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, there's nothing outside of that is going to economically help us, because all of the money is coming through the legislature right down into their hands.
And those are resources to do the work.
Out through the state, through the city, through the county. It's done through there. So we really got to be, we got to really
do that. We got to do that. We have to do that. To do the work, to have the resources so OPS can have, because look at it. And, teachers, counselors, and all those kind of things in terms of just that they need to do a adequate job, more than adequate. Those are resources, and all that's is funneled down the state formula. I think OPS is not getting its fair share in terms of the formula, as far as the funding formula for the state.
Right.
Are we?
No, we still
okay.
because in Omaha they teach like 99 different languages. So I mean, so it takes a high budget because you need what do you call those interpreters? On both sides.
English as a second language, and that's where I think I don't understand. I know we got to go, but the pressure points they put on OPS, I think to a large degree is unfair, because a lot of your surrounding districts, they do not deal with the challenges that the language.
Yeah, language.
The poverty levels. There's a whole lot of things that come inside that room that we expect teachers to basically just, be the one with all the magic and the Wonder Woman and Superman.
Right.
It's crazy.
And then in urban schools versus rural schools, urban schools you have police officers in them,
right?
And our children are going to jail.
No.
Rural areas, you don't have that. Yeah. So any kind of conflict, they're dealing like how we did. We had a fight, we'll go to either be suspended or go. But now our kids are getting our charges.
Yeah.
And so man, we gotta look at this whole society
and the mental behavior impacts, the health impacts of what's happening with our children are just beyond. It amazes me that we overlook what is happening to the psyche of our young people, right. And there's so many pressure points. Not saying that to say there's excuses, but I'm saying let's give adequate resources coming down from the feds and policy to deal with some of this craziness that these teachers. So I just want to, it's Friday, positive Friday. I want to applaud and say gratitude to the teachers, administrators, our frontline workers, our police officers, just all those service folks. Just say thank you. Thank you for what the first responders, thank you for what you do to really keep us moving as a community, as a city forward. And I don't think we say thank you enough, because, I know the impact that teachers have had on my life have been profound. Mm-hmm. And some of my best friends, my homeboys, are police officers. So I got love for officers. They swear to serve and protect, and I want to help them in that pursuit. So I ain't gonna do anything to beat them down, but I do want to hold them accountable, just like I want to hold our citizenry accountable too.
Well, I want to make sure you guys vote for my man, Chief Deputy Wayne Hudson. I know he could be running for sheriff.
Oh yeah,
I know the mayor and everybody else endorse someone from the union, and I know him. I know you, Aaron. But
From the union?
Yeah, he's part of the union. He's
Okay.
He's a police officer.
Okay.
25 years. Aaron, I know you, Aaron. Aaron, shouts out Aaron. And I'm pro police. But our candidate, like I said, we got the process over here. You don't point no one unless we got some decision making. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking.
Back to it goes back to full circle. At the end of the day,
you know the deputy chief, Wayne Hudson. Now you know his qualification. You know he comes from this community, and you know he will be a great fix. And now you gonna have somebody else come over and say
just because you have the
point and say, no, I want somebody else, and you know he love this community. Come from this community?
Well, you know the thing about.
Hey, say no more. Time is out.
Hey, you're busy buddy.
Who's a busy buddy?
No, here Northwest Husky.
Yeah, he's a Husky.
No, only thing I.
Hey, King. King, you okay, King?
Considering that,
come on, man.
King.
Come on, he's from this community, man.
Considering that he would be the first one of African American descent, I would say if they don't elect him on this one, then we must work harder to get him in on the next time. Because we gotta be thinkers now, you know, and we gotta be less emotional and all hyped up, and then it's all's over.
What we ask anybody to do one time, we must be willing to do it 10 times. And I think we got to take that mindset that we got to turn the work of just not only elections, but the work that's in front of us in North Omaha. It's about what the three of us, what we're going to decide to do, and who we're going to bring along with us. And you said it early on, it's the man in the mirror. And so it's like I walk down the street. We know Native Omaha Day is coming. I see lots grown up. I see stuff. We don't have mulch and stuff like that. When I leave here, I'm walking down 24th Street. If I see some things that's displeasing to my eyes, I got to make a phone call.
Let's do something.
Or I got to figure out how to put together a crew and put together some money to make it better. We know we're going to have guests coming to Omaha next week. Shame on whoever out there. If you're driving down 24th Street and you see some things that you know should be taken care of, Dreamland, I just walked in your adjacent to this building. You can't even walk in the dang thing in terms of if you wanted to because there's a tree will hit you in the head. Because it needs to be cut, King. Right. It needs to be cut. That's city owned. It needs to be taken care of. Right. There's tree beds up and down 24th Street. There's weeds are growing. It needs to be done.
City property, right?
It's city. It needs to be.
That's what I'm talking about.
And but King,
it ain't all on us. I mean, we got to do our part. I mean,
the taxpayers. We pay for these services.
We got the older gentleman right here. He take care of the block from near up here.
And when I was at Love's, it was a rule that the staff, we wake up, we come to work, and the first thing we do is love thy neighbor. We go outside, and now there was some complaints because we go outside, and my rule was we pick up trash, we clean up and keep our neighbor, we de-weed. I went out and bought a weed killer and things like that. I did it. Then the other owners, they came out the door. Hey, I'll help you with that. We'll do it next month. We can't, now the city is responsible for a lot. Right. We can't wait for them. Right. We cannot let our community go down waiting on what should be. We do it and then we hold accountable. Right. Because it's aesthetics, it's the beautification of our community. We have the BID. The BID cannot lift this community by themselves. It has to be adequately funded. It has to be, we don't have enough concentration of businesses. Normally you have tax businesses are pouring into that BID to help fund projects and things like that. That's where the city is. There any money for neighborhood associations, right, man? The BID and all these things that is going to take So I mean, somebody's got to walk up and down this street and keep the sidewalks clean.
Well, you know,
So, brother, you guys got your gloves and your cars.
yeah.
I mean, let's go to work.
Oh man, I do this.
Let's go to work this weekend. I'll meet you down here tomorrow.
I do this, man.
We got to do the work.
But yeah, before I get out here, I thought about the name of Matthew Stelly, and the reason why I thought about his name is because of all the money that the city get for the poverty of Black people.
Yeah,
for the poverty of
community block grant dollars, a lot of money.
All that money is diverted somewhere else. Just like Brother Muhammad said, we pay $1 billion to everywhere else, and we got money allocated for here, but it's always diverted somewhere outside this community. And so I just wanted us to develop a team of legislators that we just read legislation so we can find out where the money's coming from, but also look at where if we got community block grant dollars or TIF dollars to make sure that those dollars are actually coming. Those dollars are coming to North Omaha because if we don't change our perspective on dollars, it ain't gonna make no sense. But we need money over
as
here.
As they say, when with a lot of systems follow the money. I think the accountability piece in terms of, I think as media folks, community leaders, we got to ask the question. Those community block grant dollars, how many of them are being allocated to North Omaha? City budget. You said, hey, this just in, breaking news, $100 million is being diverted to North Omaha for blank, blank, blank. I haven't heard that yet. And so
I haven't heard of 50 Cent.
Yeah. So breaking news. So we got to ask the questions, what's being allocated? And to your point, Brother Muhammad, if we're talking about budget that's just been presented to the city council, it's too late. Now, the city council can augment that based on majority votes and things like that. But we should have been having these conversations 6 months ago about North Omaha.
If we're going to be for real.
If we're going to be for real and be very intentional.
And we have to go in, and we got to go into the political systems where all those decisions is being made, how the money's being diverted, where Democrat and Republican.
Yeah.
We got to be in there to see how that go, where that go, so we can know what the next moves could be to strengthen our position. If we're not in there during those times, once the decision is made, a lot of times it's being made because they're already spending the money.
Yeah,
because it's all somebody know about it, so they tell the other person they get it over here, and then by the time we hear, we hollering and screaming, but it's half spent.
But when you think about if the mayor, city council, Douglas County commissioners, with all the power there, if they decide to do just a little bit of what Atlanta mayor did, being very intentional about Black people, North Omaha would be in a total different situation. It's leadership, and it has to be intentional about the buildup and strengthening and the ecosystem that's going to help take North Omaha to the next level as far as commerce, economic development, all that kind of things. They have the power to really help redirect and make it a priority in terms of what happens in North Omaha. And they're going to say, we can't do all that because the crime is, y'all stop shooting each other, stop the crime, and all that kind of stuff. A barrier. No, if you don't do all this stuff, you're going to get an increase of crime and violence. We got to do the education. We got to do the skill building and all those kind of things so we can start to see the decrease and really the elimination of poverty. There's a lot of poverty in North Omaha.
Well, if we use cities like Atlanta as a parallel to our story, we have to take numbers into accountability.
Yeah.
Because Atlanta, you may have 16 million Black folks. Here in Omaha, you have less than 100,000.
But not so much the people, more the intentionality of leadership.
But if you got 6 to 10, like a rapper, a rapper can be a gold album selling person in Atlanta, but you can't do that in Omaha because we don't have a legitimate 50,000 black folks that's going to actually buy your album. Because as a whole, we got we go less than 100,000. You got to take the children and the elderly into account. And then there's a middle age group, work group into account. So you can break everything down to a third. It may be 30,000 in each.
Get it done with just black people.
That's my point.
I don't think we do.
That's why I said if you use Atlanta, see, Atlanta could do it with black people because they have the concept is perfect.
Yeah.
But I agree with what you just said. We can't do it alone.
We can't do it alone.
We got to have a different strategy of inclusion.
That's right.
So that 100,000 can blow up like Atlanta's 1 million, you know, because they got millionaires there. We got one or two here.
I mean, just with the people we have as black folks, when you think about, you know, voter turnout, and I think we can do so much more with, like you said, if we don't decide to participate in the democratic process and get involved and not just go to the ballot and vote, but go to some of those committee meetings and start to really get entrenched in that, that's the game time. And I think we got to have an awakening of getting more involved and stop thinking that it's somebody else's responsibility. Well, I don't have to vote because King's going to vote, or they don't need my vote. That's why we missed out on having the first African American female mayor of Omaha. 600 or less votes,
and we had the votes.
Yeah,
we had over 10,000 people that didn't vote.
I know. That's
probably more than that.
So much of it, you
they
guys,
had other
is
strategies in place too.
They did, but still, much of it is self-inflicted pain, brother. We do a lot to ourselves.
Well, I mean, you know, the next one that could have actually ran was Ben Gray, but we know we self-sabotaging.
Now that's looking outward, look inward. There's some self-responsibility there too.
No, I'm talking in terms of being a mayor.
Ben decided not to run.
Yeah.
After 12 years, well, he did.
Yeah,
but he could have decided to run.
And then that would have been a whole
because after 12 years of being city councilman, he was qualified.
That's right.
Right.
What's next?
Right. So that's all I'm saying is the qualification.
That's right.
But I ain't getting into the emotional how we feel. Right. It's being qualified to go to the next level.
Absolutely.
Like Miss Council was. She was qualified to go to the next level.
Absolutely.
And I think one of the things
would have made an awesome mayor, I think.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things we got to realize too, in terms of participation, back in the 60s and 70s, the churches did a lot of that, going to those meetings and being a part of the process and organizing and stuff like that. But now, you know, God ain't there like that no more, you know, in terms of going to the Democratic Party.
You talking about God? No, the whole thing. I think King, you and I was talking about it in terms of just we're at a point where we have a generation that really spiritually are not connected to a God, to biblical principles and Christian principles.
They've never been to church.
And so there's a lot of work for not just, I don't cause this pain or work just in terms of ministers. I think people.
No, you know how you get them?
How do you get them?
You talk like a mad dad, like a man. We need billions of dollars. We need to start asking for programs. See,
how do we get what?
There is a nation
as part of the
bro. I can tell you,
there is a nation.
You are the last. You are the last mad dad.
No, I'm not.
No. You are the official, and no one gets more official to you. You gotta make those. No one.
When I say a mad dad, that's a general term, not an organizational term. Because as men with family, we're dads, and we're concerned about economics, the environment, and everything because we're dads.
And our dads, we love our children just like any other man. Right. But I think society has
that narrative, and we don't. The narrative from white media is that we don't care about our children.
I know, but how many black men you know in your circle that don't love their children?
I know all of us. I know all of us love our children.
We refuse to stand like men. That's where I'm going.
What do you mean by that?
We refuse.
I don't got a whole. I don't have a whole.
Well, the minister we went to DC. We went to
see, but that's buying into that narrative, bro. There's way more men doing right, black men doing right by their children and their families than not. I mean, I just I don't. I mean, somebody out there, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think black men systematically have been targeted for years.
We know this
in terms of the welfare system. When you think about the mental, stress of you can't be in this house, or I gotta hide you because to stay on assistance. Now, some men say, well, why should they be on assistance anyway? Because the black man couldn't get a job.
That's the slave syndrome.
Yeah.
See, we good at explaining that part because that's the part we know.
Yeah.
But we don't know the man part.
Yeah.
See, but the man part is the scary part. Because the man part means you got to deal with the bully in the front door.
Okay.
We don't want to deal with the bully in the front door.
Who's the bully?
The bully in the front door is those that's in here that's stopping us from being a nation. And it could be us being fearful. There's a part in the Bible where the guy told the slaves to go take the land. And they said, no, Lord, we don't want to take the land. There's giants in the land. He said, are you fearful generation? I'm just going to make you wander around. And he made them wander for 40 years.
That's brain training.
No, this is God's lessons right here. He made them wander for 40 years in the wilderness and took their children and told them to go take the land, and they went and took the land. So
but the same when you think about slavery,
those were slaves
in terms of just modern day slavery, in terms of just when they were freed. There's so many of them stayed in that current situation because
that's what you want to think.
How do you? Some of them.
That's what you want to think.
Yeah, some of them did.
No, they
stayed with Massa.
They couldn't have because Massa drowned in the water.
No, some of them.
No, the whole army
because that was a roof over their head.
No, you can't change.
And they didn't have. But so my thing is this: how do we begin to inject spirituality, a spiritual foundation in terms of our children, that what King said has been missing? And I think I don't think the responsibility is all on the pastors. I think churches must do their part. And I know you're heavy on the pastor sometimes, King, but I think it's a collective. You can't
save the slave religion. There's nothing we can do to save that because it was lies.
But when you think about how you grew up, Faith Temple, I know from which you come.
Yes, sir.
Faith Temple, St. Mark. One of the things that we had, I don't know, what was your church, King? Pilgrim? Greater New Hope. But right or wrong, what we did have is we knew right and wrong in terms of from a biblical perspective of if it was the 10 Commandments or whatever. It could be.
We knew the stories as they were written.
But did it help?
We all had white Jesuses on the wall.
But we kill that.
You can't kill that.
All of us did. All of us did.
Not Great New Hope Baptist Church. Not Great New Hope Baptist Church.
I'm talking about what made
your church had one. Your church had one. Y'all one had one.
We just had a cross. We didn't have a white Jesus.
We never had no white Jesus in our church.
Hold on. See now.
Listen, you going here?
Y'all all offended.
No, I'm not offended.
We want the truth. Y'all had the white Jesus. We had to put this in. We had the white Jesus on the wall.
Where
we had them in all our Bibles.
No, I didn't.
We always read. If you went to church, you seen the white Jesus on Christmas. Stop it. Stop it.
But
all I'm saying is this.
I don't got a white Jesus.
Hold on, though. We was
on our wall.
We was talking about.
Thank you, Reverend Kelly.
Right.
During that generation, I still see my grandmother, who when I first started saying Jesus was black, she put the blood of Jesus on it. She didn't like it.
Yeah.
But well before she died, she started buying black Jesus photos and putting them up on her wall. So knowledge had come. There's a scripture in the Bible when God says that his knowledge is going to come. And it's the knowledge, the truth that's going to set us free.
But
so
that truth.
I'm not destroying Christianity.
Yes, you did.
When I talk about what I'm talking about.
Well, I told them that they're not a religion, either Muslim.
I'm not destroying Christianity.
I'm talking about more of the principles, what guides one's behavior.
First of all,
right. You're talking about the foundation of
exactly. What you had from Faith Temple is What you had from fake temple, brother Muhammad, is "Thou shall not steal."
Hold on. We the children.
Thou shall not steal.
You get the
We the
foundation of
children of
God.
slaves.
Was that conscious? Was that conscious when you went to steal
We the
some
children.
candy from Larry
Listen.
Food Station or something? Did
Listen.
you think about, dang,
I said,
that
still.
I should
Hold
not
on.
steal?
We were
That's not
children.
right to steal. I should not lie.
We were children of slaves.
Son, are you telling me the truth?
And it was the Catholic Church that heavily enslaved us. They was raping us and giving us Jesus all at the same time. So hold on. We have to stand on our own truth. That's our own truth. That's why I said I'm not destroying Christianity when I white Jesus, because that was part of the lie that was put in there to diffuse us and confuse us. As our generations begin to grow, within my own grandmother's generation, I seen us come into a truth. Jesus was black. And it was accepted even by the older generation over time.
Mm-hmm.
So in time, all the truths is going to come up to set us free in any way. So we're not destroying Christianity. We're not destroying the God that our parents served. We're just shaking off the dross of lies and untruths and shit that ain't got nothing to do with our development, like Christmas, and all the holidays have nothing to do with our spiritual development. We got to let all those things go because we're dealing with a jealous God.
Well, in another 4 months, they're gonna be celebrating Christmas right here. They're gonna shut down 24th. And I told them, you shut 24th Street down for a white Santa Claus with a red suit, but you won't set down for days so we can develop commerce for our brothers and sisters.
But look at what happened.
Brother,
Yeah.
Look at what happened.
It needs to be.
bro.
What do you mean? Look what happened.
Look at what happened.
You said they need to stop. I asked them to stop, brother.
First of
Hey,
all,
but I guarantee you they're gonna celebrate the white Christmas.
First of
I
all-
guarantee.
first
I
of
guarantee
all,
you.
there's nothing wrong with white people doing white Christmas.
No, we talking
It's
about black
their
people.
heritage.
No,
I think what
we
he's
talking
talking
about.
about-
We talking
Hold
about.
on.
No. We talking about
Hold
shut
on.
Just
down
shutting down the street.
Hold on.
24th Street. You sat down for Christmas,
Native Omaha,
but you gonna sit down for Native Omaha Day for
Juneteenth,
commerce.
Native Omaha and stuff. That's fun and game.
No, it don't have to be. That's what I'm saying,
It's fun
bro.
and game.
You talk to a man here, like you said. You talk to a man now. You said men got stepped
Okay,
up.
then
So
tell-
as a man, I stepped up 6 years ago, and I asked the committee. Hold on a second, bro. Cinco de Mayo creates millions of dollars in 1 week. Hold on a second. They have no violence. You know why? I'm a former probation officer. My dad's Air Force. You know why? They got a perimeter. They develop a perimeter. They don't let people drive through. You know about a military. You know about safety.
Listen,
No, hold on a second. I just had the committee on here.
Hey.
I had the committee
the
on here.
Mexicans.
Our deal is just a parade of cars.
Yeah,
because they got all the. I mean,
Ain't nobody no money.
We can't
You
create
ta-
no energy
You don't want to
because
talk about
it's
making
just,
money.
it's
You don't
just
want
a
to
parade of
You're not
cars.
making no money.
Hold on, let's
Everybody
look
want
at
to
this.
dance.
Driving 2
Hold on,
miles
listen, man.
per
Let's
hour.
look at this. Look at this, because we comparing ourselves to the Cinco
We're
de
not
Mayo.
comparing
Let's
nothing.
look, well, that's the
We're
example.
doing business.
I'm saying it's a good.
Come on, man.
it's a-
It's business.
It's a good example. It's a good example. It's a good example. They have a pesos over there.
They
have a currency.
I spend dollars
Hold on,
over there.
Stop. They
Ain't no damn
men,
pesos over there.
first of all, they men have a currency over there, and they send money to Mexico.
They spend dollars
They
over
send
there.
money to Mexico.
Well, what does that have to do with it?
Yeah.
Now,
We're talking,
this
we're
is
talking
really-
our
So
people.
let's elevate.
We're talking our people.
Okay,
So
let's
let's
elevate.
elevate.
I'm
Come
following
on, man.
you.
Come on.
The reason
now.
why that's
I'm
important.
on the elevator. I'm
The
going
reason
up.
why that's important is because we can't develop without doing what men do in the world. That's why I said the black man ain't doing what he's supposed to do.
What?
We're supposed to do exactly right what the rest do. We need to start printing some money.
Make it happen then.
So
We need to start printing some money now.
here.
Quiet,
Make it happen.
That sounds
Because
good, though.
no.
Make it happen.
Look at okay.
That sounds good, don't it?
Okay.
But
No, it's all good. Where's the printer?
Because-
No.
I like that. I like
Where's
that.
the printer?
I like that. Where's the
let's
printer? I
go.
like that.
Let's go.
Because see, now we're moving
Some
forward.
gold
Now-
and silver.
Now
Okay.
men are being men.
Yeah.
I don't call it being a man crying at white people about what they're doing.
We're not talking
What
about
I'm
white
saying
people.
is,
What
what
we're
I'm
not
saying
talking
is,
about- no, we're not talking about white people.
Can do.
We're talking about on this community.
what I'm saying is,
We're talking about the community. We're talking about this community. I'm not talking about white folks.
Yeah.
But we're talking about that they shut down the street for Christmas,
And you got
and they
so
won't shut it
much.
down for Native Omaha Day, so we can put businesses so
And-
we can do commerce.
And here's the
bro.
thing.
That's all.
Here's
That's
the Native Omaha Day. Here's the thing, King. We talk about this. You got two different committees. You got
that's the
you got the
slave
Native
syndrome.
Omaha Day you got the Naval Day Committee.
Separate.
That's the slave
They
syndrome.
even separate.
They're separate.
That's the
And
slave
so
syndrome.
we have to. You talking about elevator? Getting on the elevator.
I'm talking about us.
We gotta look. We gotta look
They're our leaders.
inward
Okay.
and challenge the people that are at the
They're
table
leading.
No.
that are leading to
No.
do
We
right
don't
by
have to
our
challenge
community.
Well,
But I would say this.
We're gonna
just-
let them keep doing the same old.
No, this is what we do.
expect the same
This is what we
results.
do. Let's use your example. This is what we do. Because I agree with you. The way Cinco de Mayo and them do it, they don't have those issues.
It's safer.
So my thing is, it don't make sense to me to go to some committee that don't have the power to make that happen. I would be calling the police chief or the union and ask
what
them
happened? You know
to
what
make
happened?
that happen.
You know what happened?
Hold on, stop.
Okay.
As a man of the community, as the father of the community, as one who represents the community.
Again.
I ain't got nothing to do with no Native
Committees.
Omaha committees and shit like that. We don't. When we talking man business, we can't go to the women and start asking for permission. It was man business.
Right.
Let's go straight to those who can make that happen for us.
Okay.
Who can block off whatever needs to be blocked off. And of course, the chief gonna say, "Well, yeah, that worked good down there. I don't see why it wouldn't work good down here."
Bro.
You've been there, done
I've
that.
been there, done that. I talked to
Yeah.
the man, and then you got the white, you got the black people coming protecting the white man for white because of my suggestion, man. And if they know,
Listen.
come on, man.
So now you saying they defeated you.
No, I'm not defeated because I'm still running my business.
So we men.
They let down this community,
This is what I'm talking
and they know for a fact that the way it's playing now is unsafe for our community. Now they bring another subset of black people. Said we're gonna bring more police officers down here because the mass accept this environment.
Most people, and we know this in terms of just Native Omaha days that come down 24th Street. Majority of the folks that come down here peacefully, and there's that small group. But I think to your point, King, you got these, two different committees and all that kind of. We gotta get on the same page. We got to get on the same page. But I think as we look at moving forward, I think part of sometimes movement doesn't happen with leadership. Movement happen with the people, and sometimes we raise the consciousness of the people. That we don't want to see it, that we want you to, if you don't work together, here's your consequences. The people of North Omaha has to rise and say, here's what we want, here's how we want to get it done. And men have to take their rightful place in terms of if change is really going to happen, it's got to be men taking their rightful place and lead.
See, if we were supporting our people,
No, we need the ladies too. Now you ladies, you doing your. No, I'm giving them. No, we need the ladies, brother.
Listen, see, we can't. No one is discrediting.
No, not at all.
So we don't have to big up women to do what we need to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the bottom line, they only being destroyed because we sleeping.
Yeah.
Cultures protect their women.
Yeah, that's right.
And we are found continuously hurting our women.
Yeah.
But we want to change that. You know what I'm saying? So some of this we can't keep reverting back to women. And all I'm saying is if security on those certain days, we should be a whole new type of group of people going to the police department dealing with security. You can't go to those that's doing parties and they got the money and all that kind of stuff. That's fine. Let them do their thing. But if we worried about security, that's what we got to be focused on. And we should be in talks with them way before the thing
and that's
comes up.
happening. They're doing that on a weekly basis.
And we use Cinco de Mayo
360
as a motto.
Oh,
say,
yeah.
Hey, do ours like that so we don't have this type of situation going on, these situations going on. I believe the police chief and them will be willing to listen, and because they doing work on that day anyway.
That's right.
All we doing is helping out. What I'm saying is we got to quit going to people that don't, leadership is ideas. Everybody's not going to support everybody's idea. And sometimes when you got an idea, it's bigger than those people that can actually hear it. Unless you're going directly to the source that can make it happen. Because your idea is completely valid.
Yeah.
But they not the ones to tell that idea too. I would never take it to no committee because they're not even worth it. We trying to protect them and the kids so they can continuously do what they do. Mm-hmm. So it should be a security meeting, of the whole situation, this whole area. Mm-hmm. It should be a security meeting, and then we would invite those prominent politicians, whether we agree with them or not. As long as they was at the table, they're going to agree with it because their districts is here.
Well, brother, you came with a plan like I did, but they worry about drinking and partying. That's it, brother.
That's going to happen.
Yeah, but you can't. I mean, so if you move to a Cinco de Mayo type of situation, it works because of the planning and the program. They have activities like you said, King, for the family. And Native Omaha days have been focused so much on the adult turn up.
Yeah.
And I think if we want to drill it now, the parade is a family thing. You're gonna have thousands of people assembling
but
for
it's still a parade.
It's just it's a parade.
It's a parade.
But how do you?
I mean, how's that really going to help us?
How do you move that?
That's when people get shot after the parade.
Yeah,
How do you move that into a cultural, a festive kind of environment that families can stay down and enjoy things that's happening in North Omaha? Mm-hmm. And so you have the street closed where you don't have just a parade of cars driving 2 miles an hour up and down all night.
Yep.
And all that kind of stuff. And that becomes the show.
You can't name one conscious effort that we probably gonna do on any Juneteenth or any Omaha Day things.
Has been not
there
one.
is no consciousness.
Right.
Of what?
If anything. Of any sort.
It's all parties.
I think there's been some consciousness of Juneteenth. That they did at Malcolm X.
It was. Was you there? No, most of the education is done on the radios and on the TVs, it's like that, and in the newspapers. During the events, a party. They ain't talking about no dang, no.
It's all parties.
It's all party, man.
But no, I'm talking about. He was talking about none.
I'm talking about even Juneteenth.
Juneteenth, the festival they did, they had kid zones.
Malcolm X. Okay, but that was the first year.
That was the first year. But since then,
but again, that's from the new generation.
Yeah,
it's not from the old.
That's right. That's right. But they're moving in that direction where you're doing more than just programming for adults. You're looking at, they had face painting. They had people on the stage talking about, Dr. Robinson was on stage talking about the meaning of Juneteenth. Families, thousands of families attended that.
I agree with you. I mean, it was a great thing, but again,
we need more. That concept should be with this.
Yeah, I mean, right. But also, man, if we're not teaching our why aren't we having like a robotic competition for our kids?
Yeah.
Why aren't we having Midland College? They give a college scholarships for those that play video games.
Yeah.
I mean, why aren't we developing conduits of opportunity where our kids can be in front of college coaches during this time?
Yeah.
Like they just did this past weekend. Plus, I seen all the major college coaches over there. That came from Adidas. I mean the who's who right over there.
Wow.
Why aren't we doing that for our young people?
But we don't need.
It's where we place the bet, and we're placing the bet in places that we should not.
I mean, so we
have
not
to change the mindset.
We got to stop the sports because that's just feeding Master even quicker. We got to stop the sports. We got to stop all the games. Mm-hmm. Black men, like I said, black men is the leaders of entertainment and games, and we're not focused on nation building. We're not focusing on reservations like the Native Americans so we can have line items. Right. We can have our own territories. We mentioned about building towns, going and just taking over towns and building towns. We're not even thinking like that's what we should be talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And before we talk, we should only talk about that until it's actually happening. Then start playing games and all that kind of stuff within our towns.
As a celebration.
Celebration. And then we can have people come from the outside, come in and take a look at our kids that's talented. You come take a look at them, but you can't contract with them. But if you contract with them, you got to contract with the whole city.
As you see, a lot of these black athletes now are, because of the laws, are starting to go to all black colleges now, because they want to get pimped by the big schools. Like they have been.
Black college is just as worse.
Nah.
Well, hey, let's end on a good note, brother.
Without
Muhammad.
doubt. Also,
You
yeah.
know,
Oh, yeah.
Just as worse. I mean, man, let's elevate.
Historical black colleges are necessary. Thank you, President Trump, for stepping up and supporting them, without a doubt, because no other president done it. Yeah. Also, next Thursday.
Oh yeah, let's get back to the real. Okay, brother Bobby.
I'm gonna blame me.
No, we ain't blaming you. Your consciousness is needed, brother. That's good. This is good stuff.
Oh yeah, we got some great dialogue. No, but I always like to squish it in people's face because Democrats. I'm a Democrat. They don't like me because I hang out with the Republicans.
Right.
But I let them know President Trump.
This what y'all asked me. Y'all asked me to come over here and talk. So
and you got a chance.
We got enough games going on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
At your event, and that's cool. But I'm gonna be there when you start organizing something political too.
Absolutely.
Even more so.
And you're right. And one of my political movements, or things that I've already done, is moving people to action, because I think consciously you got to organize that game plan of where we need to be intentional about. And so some of the work you will see on MP to Action is some of that focus, drilling in legislation and moving people to action. So, but on another side, you'll see the work that's being done already in terms of the Johnny Rogers Career and Technical Education Scholarship, the initiatives that we're working on at Metro with juvenile involved young people. Who's doing the intervention work? I mean, you've been a probation officer. Somebody's got to roll up their sleeves and work, and not be afraid to work with Blackburn High School, and because those are not all lost causes there. So what do we need to do to kind of get up and get out? So I'm not a brother that's just going to talk about it. I'm a brother that's going to do my part, look in the mirror and say, Tim, wake up every day to do this. And I don't need no data boy from nobody or permission to do that. I'm going to do my part. So I got to feel good about me, and me at the end of the day, what was my contribution and legacy that I am leaving on this planet Earth? I can't take it with me.
Right now.
But I got to be conscious about getting something done, brothers, that's bigger than me.
Well, I tell you one thing about Metro, that I probably never heard nobody up there really talk about but me. That's one of the most historical landmarks in America, because Metro is the first post of the West. That's the first post of the West. They had the Air Force, Navy, Marines. Everybody was stationed right there. And then they sent them out to go further west into other territories.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot of very rich history right there at Metro Community College in terms of how the West was won.
That's right.
Nobody ever talks about it. It's just a little bitty old school, but it's historically
huge.
It's literally, you know, from
how the West was won.
It's how the West was won.
And my office is one of those in one of those general role. All of the generals. A lot of the generals that live there, and so. But this is good stuff, man. Thank you. I know. I mean, we're 2 hours in, brother. I appreciate the time, and
sometimes dialogue, especially a lot of people want to hear black men speak.
Yeah.
I mean, every show that we have is women.
Yeah.
Every show you get women opinion. You rarely get to hear the black man opinion.
Yeah.
And so now we appreciate both of y'all brothers, because we have, of course, diverse backgrounds and diverse thoughts. And so we letting y'all know we just because we're black, we all don't look the same and think the same.
There you go. That's right.
But we do like to, it is Friday, and we do like to relax because we've been working for massa all week long.
It was a beautiful man.
We'll find that printer.
So
hey, let's define the printer, brother Muhammad. Okay.
My job was to get the idea.
No, you got. I guess you do need everybody's. You need innovators and.
I figure if I say it enough, some young brother gonna come up with some type of material. Because they all use their own material. They all use their own type of coloring for their dollar. and we'll end up. God to give us something soon.
Without a doubt. But next Thursday, you got to express yourself, man. We one of the sponsors, Omaha.
That's right.
Native Omaha Celebration Days. It's going to be on the Riverside, y'all.
That's right.
We're going to be down at the River City Star, 151 Freedom Park Road, man. We need some freedom. We've been talking about freedom, haven't we?
Freedom ain't free. We did
doors
find that
open
out
up
too,
at 6
And
door.
food is good.
Heck yeah. Doors open at
Trick.
6:30. The boat ride leaves at 7:15 sharp. So be there. If you need more information, call 402-706-0267. Next week we'll be giving out some tickets.
That's right. Yeah.
All week long. We'll be giving out tickets to event. You can go to LaFleur's to get tickets right now.
Right.
And where else can you go?
And African Farms on 90th and off 90th and Blondo.
Okay.
That's our African brothers, man.
Right
I
down.
picked up me some African shea butter, some soap,
Okay.
and had some African cuisine there. I mean, I love
The flavor, baby.
I love,
we got
man.
flavor.
That's
We got
beautiful.
flavor.
Yeah.
Right down.
Yeah. So,
Man, we appreciate you, Tim.
I appreciate, man. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Man, the dialogue today. You're always welcome back. Make sure you guys check out Tim every Saturday morning at 5:30 and on Heartland Focus on Channel 6 WOWT.
That's right.
Without a doubt, he is. If you look for the black male perspective, you can hear from Tim. Before we get out of here, we do have one comment, my man Amir Scott. I want to get involved and help out and do something positive because I have a lot of positive thoughts. I really enjoy your show because I like watching and listening from you and listening to you on the radio, but I don't know where to get involved. And so we got young men that want to get involved. So, and again, it's up to our us adults to develop those conduits of opportunities.
Yeah, because I mean, like that brother and other folks that's out there, I just think you got to follow your passion and really what you want to be committed to and with. And so there's organizations that need volunteers, Boys and Girls Club, Girls Inc., Urban League. There's a lot of community organizations.
100 black men.
100 black men that they're out there doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing the work. They may not be doing it to what some people think, but they're doing something.
Something's better than nothing.
In the Empowerment Network, they're doing the work. They're doing something to move things forward.
Step up, without a doubt.
And so I think just call those organizations and say, hey, I want to give of my time, talent, and resources and be a part of the solution.
Without a doubt.
Somebody will find something for you to do. And some of it could be, I happen to have 3 mentees. I'm doing I'm not trying to brag, but for what's on my plate, I still take the time and mentor about 3 young people.
Right.
Pick them up, feed them. I'm giving them knowledge. We go to baseball games.
Right.
We're dealing with, sex education and everything that a young brother need to have a man talk them through. So what we can do most, because you said it most, black men need to take their rightful place. Right. I think part of it is, some people, they get scared of this word mentor. Mentor is not all this thing that's going to be taking all your time and your resources. Sometimes it's just listening.
Right.
Just listening to a young person, what they're going through, and helping them navigate this thing called life, which can be a maze.
Right.
I have mentors that I'm 56 years old. I call my mentor and say, hey, I'm in a whirlwind, or I'm in some stuff.
Right.
Help navigate. What's your opinion? So to have somebody, I know you guys have mentors. We all have mentors.
I call it a elder call.
There you go.
Because when I make that elder call, I expect results.
That's right.
And that call's not all about money. Sometimes it's like you say,
it's knowledge.
You want someone to guide you, direct you, or at least hear what you guys say, so they can hear a real opinion that's going to tell you the truth.
That's right.
But one of the things that Brother Muhammad said that we always should do, we should mentor our own nieces and nephews.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, we got our own nieces and nephews that we can mentor ourselves. And so black men, white men, whoever you are, we got to step up and start mentoring our own families. That's really where it begins.
Well, hey, there's so much going on, and Native Omaha Days is in front of us. But there's a lot of events, and I just think there's opportunity for us to support. It's going to stimulate commerce. People are going to spend a whole lot. The impact of Native Omaha Days is millions of dollars.
I know, but it's so splintered, you can't see it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, if we had one concentrated area, and then we got black security officers protecting the infrastructure all night long, we got that's another business that's
built infrastructure.
Yeah, I mean,
know one way we can see it. Find out how much liquor is sold during that week.
Yeah, that'd be one. Yeah, because you got from how many hotels so that's numbers. I just think there again, you got these two entities that's separate. We got to find a way to bring it together or cause that consciousness so we understand the economics. We really understand the economics of the impact of Native Omaha. Liquor is one track.
And I only said liquor because some blacks do own liquor stores.
Yeah,
but we don't own any hotels.
Look at the beauty salons.
Right.
But they're going to stay there. So we should at least, just like they do analysis of College World Series of the economic impact, they survey all these businesses and say, what was your sales like this week?
Right.
Was Native Omaha Day good to you? I bet you they're going to say that downtown, out west, all over the city, man, because there's going to be events popping all over.
And then since we don't have infrastructure, restaurants, black people go all over the city. That's why we call today Black Friday.
Fair Deals. Yeah. Where's our restaurant at Fair Deals?
Man, nothing. We got nothing, brother. But I feel like, man.
I'm sorry.
I mean, for real.
Hey, I'm trying to just agitate good stuff. Okay.
I know, but
I'm sorry, brother.
We've been to Macy. We've been to Macy. North Omaha is like a little big Macy.
Yeah.
It's a little big Macy. Do y'all hear me downtown? We're a little big Macy. And if y'all, these brothers are politically correct. I don't have to be politically correct.
I just want to be correct. That's all. Not politically, but I just want to be most times. Sometimes.
I work for God, and I come from the Old Testament. So I'm letting y'all know.
You ain't with Old Testament. You don't turn the cheek.
We don't turn no cheeks around here, man. Hey, we put up our dukes around here.
Yeah. And I wish that we do more duking than shooting. I mean, it's just back in boys club days, Hilltop parents. My parent. We couldn't run home and run from a fight. It was like we circle up.
Yep.
And you get your butt in the middle of the ring, and you fight it out. You duke it out. Right. And you walk away.
But that's a mentality. That's slave mentality also.
Yeah.
Because diplomacy.
Well, we use diplomacy now.
Conversation rules the nation. But
even in conflict, the threat of me doing something to you keeps.
Conversation rules the nation, and in conflict resolution, you must dialogue. Just like right now with all the wars all over the world, you have to dialogue to stop the madness.
But you got to be prepared for the worst case scenario, brother.
That's because you live in amongst peace breakers,
right?
People who don't want.
Draw the circle.
We got to create there.
Draw the circle. I mean, you got to be mindful of all of that too.
Yeah,
because if you start talking about violence and different types of
violence is happening.
We're gonna lose on certain levels of that too.
Violence is happening.
Consequences.
We have other tools of protection other than guns.
Guns should not be.
All right,
and then that's going back.
That's why we said duke it up,
and that's why I say I didn't destroy
or talk yourself. My as a kid, high school growing up,
right?
I took taekwondo, karate, judo, wrestling, everything as a prevention. Because you think about the balance of the world,
right? Is
nuclear, brother, is what I can do to you. Not that I'm going to do to you, but knowing what I can do to you is puts you in a stronger position conversationally to do the dialogue.
So let me show you how.
Right.
But let me show you.
It's the sword, the pen, and the feather.
Well, let me show you how I didn't throw away Christianity.
Right.
Is because what I learned out of Christianity is when you are the righteous, there's a whole lot of other weapons at your disposal.
A whole lot.
Than karate and guns and
Yeah.
all these things. Matter of fact, they very seldom use those type of things to get God's word over or to get his intention over. And so I just feel like if we have righteous intentions, people may want to do harm to us. It's only going to happen if God let it happen anyway. And we can't match guns.
No,
we can't match.
I agree.
We can't match the stuff that we don't create.
Right.
The one thing we do create, if anything, we're going to create love and some type of togetherness. Yeah. That has to be our greatest tool to help us fight against each other.
Yeah.
Because that's why I said we can use our energy differently than attacking one another, because there's so many areas for us to deal with.
I agree.
But for us to be really safe,
rooted in love,
for us to really be safe, and that's why I always telling King, don't say that, don't say that. I don't want nothing to happen to him, because it's been way more of a loss to the community over something stupid. You know what I'm saying? That we could have just talked through and just let it go and didn't upset somebody else that want to come and do us harm.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying diplomacy is something that we masters of, and we don't have to be like the field.
Yeah.
See, they had to use smallpox and use weapons of mass destruction to take over other peoples. I don't think that's our plight.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think, for the most part, I don't think it's in our DNA. You know, in terms of just, and that's what kills me in terms of just this whole thing of white supremacy. You know, this whole racism or this fear that somebody's coming after you or trying to take something. It's kind of like I don't really care what you have. I mean, just like you said, your analogy of just money. You know, you're giving $1 billion over here. I'm not telling you not to give Israel $1 billion. That's not the conversation. The same here. Right. I ain't trying to be like or do like. I think Black folks just want equal opportunity to do what they do and have equal access.
You want to be
men. And so
like everybody else.
Yeah. And so it ain't really, so you don't have to be fearful of nothing. We ain't coming for you. Well, I mean, Trump, his strategy didn't it failed, but just using fear has been used so often in this country to persuade votes, opinions, and all that stuff. And so that whole, y'all heard this, urban America, they coming for y'all. Crime is going to be all infested in the white suburbs, and it was a scare tactic.
And Trump's failure is only relative to that person, because in my lifetime, I ain't seen a more successful white man in politics than Trump.
Yeah.
Trump, in terms of people participation, he's unmatched. His policies when he came in and threw on the table.
I don't even want to start this. I
mean, listen. I mean, but I understand. This is just facts. So by them rising in happiness of making America great again, as Black people,
at what expense?
We know that America became great because of our slaves.
But at what expense do you make America great again when you really create an atmosphere or a situation where you're dividing, you're creating greater tensions, you create insurrection in terms of January 6th? That was all. If you are saying make America great again and what he was all that, I think he did more setbacks than moving forward when it comes to race relation, when it comes to a lot of things. Some of his maybe economic policies, he did some things, but I'm telling you, at what expense? And it ain't worth it in terms of where he has us as a people. We don't even know what to do with COVID-19 now because of leadership from the top.
But that's white folks. What I'm
That's
saying
leadership,
is,
bro.
I know,
That started with Trump.
I know, but what I'm saying to you is this.
Man, we're gonna be here a whole nother hour, King.
Check this out, though. Don't try to
let's
shut it
end,
down.
let's
now.
end on a good note, man.
Hold on.
I don't
Hold
want to end on no
Hold
Trumpisms.
Well, I mean, but you brought
You
Trump
brought it up.
I brought Trump up because
Yeah, and
people get mad.
And you said he was great. He was all world.
Well, because I'm looking at how white people responded to him. I'm not emotional.
Not all white people.
Wait, you can say all you want to say.
Yeah.
He broke records. So he broke records of white
70
folks
million.
falling in love with him. That's what he did. I mean, he did.
Yeah.
I was at the Million Man March. I had to take the heat
Hey,
of going to help the minister.
So here's
we help men.
So what does that say about a people? That somebody build a following based on lies?
That's what they supposed to
and
do.
So
you supposed
they
to
lie.
Hold
You're
on,
supposed to lie.
No, you're supposed to take care of your people.
So
he did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Just like the minister do what he's supposed to do by us.
You know what?
He's supposed to take care of his people.
I agree with you.
Now hold on.
He did.
When you talked about the insurrection, that ain't had nothing to do with you. The insurrection was them raiding the White House, the other white people's house. That had nothing to do with us.
No. That insurrection, in terms of what they did and what our president at that time incited, it has every much to do with you, me,
No,
because
it don't.
as a people,
that's slavism.
As a people,
you want to be a part so bad that you want to put yourself in the middle of a white civil war.
I tell you one thing, it'll be bigger than the white civil war because we're gonna be in it too. When you take down what we as a country build in terms of our freedom and justice for all, in terms of the state.
When you say
capital,
you talking about them? You talking about blacks?
I don't know about you, but I vote.
But that ain't the freedom.
The freedom is in the vote, brother.
We was killed.
Man, but I understand but I know.
How is that equal?
Look how we got here.
And then we still don't vote.
Some of us, I vote.
Right.
Do you vote?
But that ain't what got us where we is. Voting didn't get us where we at right now.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing: let us not continue to vote and see where it's going to take us.
Right. Nowhere. It's going to take us exactly where we going. Nowhere.
But no,
we at nowhere.
You know what? That spiral, that downward slope, whatever. It's moving downward, but you can go deeper. There's opportunities to stop that negative trajectory.
I made the comment earlier. We want to act like failed policies is really doing something for us, and that Martin Luther King policies of integration has completely destroyed us. It continues to destroy us, and we're fighting one another right now because there's hardly no crumbs on the table for us because we don't have a table anymore.
Yeah, I think
we got to go back to separation. We got to do a Black Wall Street where the money is circulating within our own community, just like the Mexicans, the Italians. See, we're going back to the big boy conversation.
You don't have to have separation to get that done, bro.
But again, Mexico has Mexico.
Hey,
Italy has Italy.
Oklahoma,
Russia has Russia.
Oklahoma didn't take that. That's community. That's willingness.
I wouldn't even bring up the committee. Why would you bring up the committee?
Because that's what we're talking about commerce and bring it to our men stepping up and talk about bringing commerce to our.
But the committee do games and parties. We know that. So why would we even interject them in our conversation? This big boy conversation.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna, like you said, if we especially during this week, the establishment give if the committee don't agree with it, you can't do it.
Look who's leading that, the NAACP.
No, NAACP ain't leading that.
Leading what?
This committee.
This is kind of you got the original club that's doing something.
She's one of the members.
And then you got the committee
what I'm saying to you
that's doing something with Mike Maroney and Willie Barney and all those folks.
That the usual Negro leadership is having the parties and they do it all the time. And all I'm saying is when we start talking big boy stuff, it's a whole nother conversation.
I think
you can't take it to the same people because they already have
I think they're doing more than just I think they're doing more than parties in terms of just when you look at the schedule and what's on there. So there is a
parties.
A stroll down memory lane. Now consciously, this is a party, but I'm using it as you're going to have
a networking event because
networking and the people that's going to be there.
Even at my concert in a VIP, I'll talk business.
That's right. I remember
Where's
that.
the security meeting? Where's the economic development meeting?
Right.
That's happening. That's happening.
Where's the political stuff that needs to be put in place?
Yeah.
For us?
Some of it is
It
happening.
ain't none of that has been talked about. It's never have been talked about.
And these sanctions events, we're not talking about the other event that's filling in, but the sanction events, I agree with you, because the sanction events are the one that's been advertised up front.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have a meeting where you have hierarchy that's developing legislation or commerce ideals, when we have an event like that, he's right.
He's right. And so outside of this,
we like them to do it.
We got to do it.
We got to do it ourselves.
So what?
We don't wanna talk about it.
I can't. I won't say where, but the consciousness of economic development for North Omaha, it's going to take place during this Native Omaha Days week. There is a scheduled meeting of folks may not know this, but there's people being invited here that have interest in doing business in North Omaha. We will be entertaining them and talking to them and figuring out, answering their questions some of that's going to take place.
That's not what this.
It's not.
That's
it's separate outside. Ain't waiting on them to do that.
So we highlight that.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly that's what he's exactly talking about.
So
and really,
some of those folks will be on July 29th, they will be there.
And really, outside investment has always been a kind of an issue also in North Omaha. So that may be in the wrong direction, may be in the right direction. But to me, the only direction we got to go is within the political parties where the state funding is coming in and start dealing with state funding from home and dealing with it from the local levels on where we need to be, where we need the seats we need to be in, appointments we need to make, or pushing people in certain directions and certain jobs so that we can get local monies in our hands to do local type of events that we think we need to do.
Without doubt.
Outside resources is good, but that's always been a complaint too. Other cities like Atlanta and other places come in here and do things, and it's really not homegrown. They can leave tomorrow.
Right. That's what's got to be an inside out. We got to do it. We got to do what we need to do.
We got to get in those platforms
and get in those platforms. But man, I said goodbye 20 times.
Oh yeah, man.
And you guys keep pulling me back in. But when you keep pulling me back in, boy, you said that Trump stuff, we ain't ending on Trump.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Man. No, man.
We can't end on Trump. We're gonna end on this beautiful black woman and this brother with that sun hat on.
Right.
And we're gonna keep it there. You lucky we ain't got time for Biden.
Yeah. Oh man, we gonna come back. We
ain't got time.
No, we ain't going there. We ain't going there
because black folks are ashamed of themselves.
I still got some questions and concerns about what you said about Trump. But we can't. I don't want to even end this Friday, brother. The wind is blowing, the sun is shining. It's beautiful outside. It's beautiful, man. So can we agree as black men to end on a positive note?
I think it was positive.
I mean, so if we end on a positive note, let's end on a positive note about our people.
Without doubt.
So what can you say positive as an affirmation about just go forth, people out there, that's whoever's connected to this, what positive energy can we give them?
I don't know about that. I just know we need big boy conversations. We need to stop talking about programs, and we need to get into the line of nation. Everything else to me is just foolish talk and emotion and crying and whining and backbite the barrel. They call it the barrel. What they call the crabs in the barrel. Mm-hmm. All we can do then is eat at each other, trying to get the slave master currency, which is a curse on us. That's why we kill each other over it. We destroy each other over it. We don't really like the currency. We don't like our situation. But you let us put our own currency in our pocket. I bet we'll start pumping each other up then.
All right, so that's yours, right? So I'm of course, King gets the last. I think we said it all in terms of just. I think a lot of our situation is rooted in the word love, and I think I'm going to challenge that we continue to look inward, to look outward. Love thyself. Be good to thyself. Do the kind of things that will lift your spirit, both mentally, physically, and spiritually. We can do it. We can do it. But you got to first, I think we first got to do it as individuals. And then a lot of our challenges that we're faced with, I think we have to look in terms of the spiritual realm of the not so much Christian principle, but the spirituality of how do we get connected to a higher being to help cause positive direction, because you will do harm to someone much more faster, much faster if you have no self-respect. So I think it's all about, if you see a brother, it's Friday, the weekend, find 10 brothers and sisters out there and just say, give them a compliment. Say, brother, man, I love that shirt you have on, King, man. It's popping. That melon, dark skin, brother, African King, man, that's popping, brother. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. And so I think we have to show love. Love is an action word. Mm-hmm. And I'm just challenging us as we get into Native Omaha Day celebration. Let's show love. Remember, there's one time this brother, he was just going up to people and just hugging them. This was before COVID-19, but it's just amazing when you just show an act of love. And sometimes it's like, when I used to work at Love Jazz and the YMCA, people used to come in, they used to leave. I used to say, hey, thanks for coming. Be good to yourself. Mm-hmm. Most folks would pause and like, damn, nobody haven't really said that to me. And internalize that. Spend more time on what will it take to cause you to be good to yourself. So I'm going to leave on that note, brother.
Without a doubt.
I love you. I love you too, brothers.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Well, today.
Wakanda forever.
Without a doubt.
We ain't from Wakanda.
I know, but hey, man, look at you, man. Let me live in this make-believe world, man. It was positive energy, brother.
Child of mystery gods, bro.
I know, I understand. I understand reality. Yeah.
Okay, you call right back. Hey, before we wrap out of here, it's 3:40, y'all. Today is Black Friday. We encourage you to support a Black business. We do this every Friday. Black people spend money with everybody. And that's just the truth. We spend money with everybody. We want you to also find a Black business and spend money with them. Develop a new relationship. Let's tear down stereotypes. If you want to really help your brother out, let's really help your brothers and sisters out. All right, Omaha, the Burbs, the Bluffs, man, keep doing what y'all doing. I love you, gentlemen. With all the diverse knowledge is necessary for Black men to step up and dialogue, so you can hear our thoughts without a doubt. We coming for y'all. Without a doubt. I told y'all. See, I'm I still got a little ghetto in me, but I wear a collar. You know what I mean? I wear a collar. So don't mind me. Oh, Deja Vu at the door. You open the door for him. So Omaha, the Burbs of Blood. So hopefully you guys got some knowledge today, a little guidance, and hopefully we create some emotion in you by our dialogue. Our goal as Black men is not to make you feel comfortable, it's to make you feel respected. And the only way to be respected or gather respect is that we gotta let people know how to respect us. All right. Make sure you guys come out next Thursday, Native Omaha celebration. We're gonna be at the River City Star. Doors open up at 6:30 next Thursday. Right. It's gonna be a boat ride, man. So up and down the Missouri River, it's gonna be a romantic time. So if you guys looking to create some family memories,
sundresses.
This is sundresses, baby.
Shorts and hats.
And so if you need more information, call 402-706-0267. 402-706-0267. What's up, Deja Vu?
What's up with you, guys?
So Omaha, you know how we do it. My man DJ Deja Vu stepped in the house, man. We run the city, man. We run the city. Make sure $20 to get in the venue. If you want to have a boat ride, it's like 20 additional for the boat ride. But man, this is gonna be a great time to come out and enjoy yourself. And you know, grandmothers always say that, you know, y'all women, y'all gotta let stuff breathe. Sundress, things breathe.
That's right.
So we want everybody breathing. Hey,
that's some innovation.
Hey, man, hey, you supposed to be listening to your grandmothers.
That's right.
Sure,
That's
I have
right.
a
That's some
grandmother
innovation
said,
right
not
there.
ladies, you gotta take off everything, let everything breathe. Let it breathe, y'all. You know, the skin is friggin'. Wear that sundress, let it breathe.
Let it breathe.
I love being a man. I love being a man. Omaha, the birds of Bluffs. Oh yeah, my favorite color is orange too. My favorite color orange. You got a favorite color, fellas? As far as sundresses? Purple. You got nothing?
It's a whole state of royalty out here, you know.
Purple, orange. Oh yeah, we got
Queens.
Oh yeah, other guy. Bro Muhammad say he like all colors. He don't discriminate. All colors, sundresses. Without a doubt, it's gonna be going on. My man Tim Clark is gonna shut it down, y'all. I'm gonna be there Thursday. I'm gonna be there Thursday on the river. What?
That's right.
We're gonna be kicking it. And then also, y'all, you know, Tim throws classy events. He worked in the mayor's office under PJ Morgan.
Oh yeah.
And so
Chamber of Commerce.
So the room is gonna be thick.
Yeah, Riverfront Jazz Blues Festival for 10 years.
Oh yeah, without doubt. So you know, sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
he's a very modest man.
Yeah.
But I like to brag on my neighbors.
Hey man, I like just doing the work, King.
I like to brag on my neighbors, though.
Doing the work, brother Hamid, man, doing the work.
Politics.
Hey, without doubt.
Hey, you can't live with them, you can't live without them.
So I'm telling you, if you want to have a chance to network, you know how other people go on the golf course
That's
to
right.
network? Nah.
Yeah. This is it. This is
Black
prime
men,
time.
we go to sundresses
Yeah.
and shorts. That's where we negotiate our business deals. So make sure you guys come out, y'all. Make sure you guys come out. I mean, it's gonna be some businessmen and businesswomen there.
Yeah,
I'm for real. I know we laugh and joke, but it's gonna be an opportunity to really to network and develop some business relationships, because it's gonna be that type of people in the room.
And I do want to just send shouts out just real quick, King, to Deborah Dagba. She did the design work and just doing a masterful job.
African flavor.
Oh yeah, she's the truth, man.
I mean, where's she from? Is she from? I think
from Nigeria.
No, I her mama is from, I think, Togo, and her dad's from Ghana.
Okay.
I think it's.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, and so, but then you got Afro Swag, Status, Cleanse the Beverage, my man Raheem Sanders, of course, 95.7, The Boss, Boss. And then MP to Action, moving people to action. Do want to thank my man Sherman Willis, Rotella Bakery, Anthony Goins with Department of Economic Development is going to be in the house. CEO Smith from Department of Health and Human Services, and just all the folks that have really pitched in to make this happen. You just don't get it done by yourself, man. And so I do want to thank my man, Dougie Fresh, a.k.a. Doug Washington. He's my partner. They say not in crime. I don't like that. He's my partner in crime.
And partner in God.
He's my partner in God. I love that. I love that. Yeah. And so, it just, you just couldn't do it without him in terms of Beverage Catering of Nebraska presenting this is our first event.
Okay, good.
Beverage Catering of Nebraska. And of course, a lot of folks know me with Clark Connection Group.
Right.
And so I can't help but to bring that experience base into everything for over 30 years.
Right.
And so I would hope this, just like all these events at Strut and all these other places, let's support as many as we can and create the commerce. But I do want to challenge no violence.
Yeah.
No violence for the next
for the rest of the
days.
Summer. For the rest of the
Man,
summer.
I would like to for the rest of the summer. Let's just take the summer off.
Heck yeah.
I mean, really, no, and we got to hold folks that that folks are prone to violence, prone to turn it up like that. Let's figure out an intervention for them, and so that we can get them to dial that down and stress that down, and so we can have for sure Native Omaha days zero violence. I don't even want to see I know back in the day we circle up. I don't even want to see no fist fights.
Yeah, I want to see nothing.
Let's just. Love is easier said than done, but it's action. Let's show love for each other a little bit more, and we can de-escalate. There's no reason why we got to escalate to a gun fight over something we can de-escalate verbally. Well, and it's just we don't have to go there. It's a choice, and I think we got to start choosing to de-escalate non-violently.
We start that now. When I drive up every day, I see those balloons for that 19-year-old young lady that got killed. I know they probably had her funeral now, and I know y'all probably have forgotten. But again, we want to make sure that it's a safe weekend, without a doubt. And then also, I'm gonna give y'all game bangers warning. Give y'all game bangers a warning. Since y'all work for Massa, since y'all are the new ones, the new people that leave strange fruit all over our streets. Yeah. You do the work of the KKK. Yeah, you do the work for Massa. I just gotta tell you, please, if you got any beef, let's try to mediate it. Let's be proactive. We got trained people that
folks are talking.
We got trained people that know how to mediate. My man, brother Muhammad, he's one of them. We got ministers.
We got U-Turn organization that's out there helping.
So, because I don't want to beat nobody up either. And brother Muhammad, he always get on me because I like to start fights. I like to fight, but I'm trying to be peaceful, y'all. Come on, help me, y'all. Help me. because I really want to put all the game bangers' names on blast, just like they do the sexual assault, because they're a danger to our children. These gang bangers are a danger to our children. That's how I feel. I don't want to do what we did yesterday. I'm tired of praying. I'm not a New Testament Negro. So see that's just me. I just can't soften up for nonsense, especially when I grew up 6 blocks away. And so if
prayer is a constant.
So for
me,
yeah, I mean,
and I think that sick and tired. I would like, for me, it's sick and tired of being tired. Or sick and tired of being sick and tired of just all this mess. But I think for me, prayer has to be a constant, because that lies hope, because that hope is about things that you believe will get better. And I think if we lose hope, we might as well just open it up, call it the OK Corral, or we just start, hey, bring the guns and let's just shoot. But I don't think,
but to witness that 19-year-old, that's what it was.
That's crazy.
That's what it was.
That was some.
It was randomly shot. So if it's like that now, then we need another defense mechanism to stop that kind of behavior. And the only way to do it, like, they expose the sexual predators.
Did they find that person?
No, they had masks. They had 2 shooters with masks. They try to blame it on the club, and there's two brothers with masks. They say they were light skinned. They was light skinned, and then one came from this end, one came from that end. They shooting into the crowd, man.
Yeah,
randomly. 4 people shot. The blood's still on the ground.
Yeah.
So we really gotta stop the violence, y'all. And y'all know y'all gangbanger families. Y'all know them.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, if you put their addresses out, I guarantee you that they'll probably leave out of town because they're gonna be too scared to come outside.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna let them purge themselves. Because back in the old karate days, they wake up and somebody hanging from the whole city's somebody hanging from a pole. Hey, that's how the karate schools did it. Now, I'm trying to be nice with a smile, y'all. But we got too much killing, y'all. We have too much killing. I work for God. If y'all work for the devil, y'all work for the devil. I'm gonna speak up.
Yeah.
But we got too much killings. I think a 14-year-old, 13-year-old got. I mean, in Chicago, about 30-some people got shot over the weekend. I mean, these are brothers and sisters. Yeah, these are brothers and sisters. I got family in Chicago. So and I got homies. I mean, that's my family. We're all family. And as we see Omaha, and that's why, bro, I get on my elders. It's the elders' responsibility to develop conduits of opportunity for our young people, not to blame them, not to sit the police on them.
Yeah. Solutions.
To me, that's what I'm more upset about.
Yeah.
Is that those people have not developed any conduits of opportunities for our young people, but the first thing they do is call the police to put more police state on police. I don't think that's the answer, brother. I really don't think that's the answer.
Because we're dealing with the surface, not the root cause of a lot of the challenges that's in front of us. And I think until we start dealing with root foundationally,
start printing the money, and we can pay them to protect their own neighborhood.
But you know what?
We can pay them so well. I can guarantee you, no crime in certain neighborhoods.
You pay for no crime.
Right.
Yeah, that's what they are. They soldiers. They protectors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a situation where for generations we thought that the crack had to be the way of making money because we didn't print our own money.
Right.
We print our own money. We pay them well, secure our environment with our own currency because, that's all they doing is printing.
But I understand what you're saying, but, you can't
print when they need more money, they print more money.
With only money. It has you got to
say
change.
That. Now that's a slave mentality.
But I think it's a mindset.
Yeah, we need behavioral
slave mentality now.
So it's mind and mouth.
Hold on, you don't hear nobody else saying that.
You ever follower of Malcolm?
You ain't never heard no
Malcolm X, or your brother?
I'm not a follower of Malcolm. I'm a follower of Minister Farrakhan.
But you believe in some of his principles.
He talking about change your heart.
But the transformation starts from within, brother. Now you know better.
Hold on. What the transformation I'm talking about starting from within is your own money. So you ain't even started the transformation.
How do you get to your own money?
Well, you gotta start printing. That's what we was talking about. That's how they do it.
Printing won't make it go away.
That's a slave mentality.
No, I don't think it is.
Everybody else printing. How come they ain't saying what you saying? No, they ain't stop printing.
You know what?
But again,
you know what's controlling that printing? Legislation and laws.
You just see that's that slave stuff.
That's
that slave stuff.
You said top down.
Ain't no
I thought we were going to try to end on a positive note. Okay, I just told everybody to love themselves, love their neighbor, and love everybody. Kumbaya, brother. Do you need a hug?
No. Our community need a hug.
Yeah, that's hug. Let's get out of here and go start hugging people, man.
We don't need a physical hug.
I know. We need a physical, mental, and a spiritual hug.
And we need to be like men. Because the thing was about being
What's wrong?
men.
Men and hug.
Hold on. Other men ain't talking about, no, we ain't printing no more.
I ain't saying this.
They don't say that.
I ain't saying that we shouldn't print.
And man, you ain't even printed yet. We shouldn't be saying that.
Well,
we should be saying.
But
we gotta get a print press first.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you keep talking about a printer. Show me a printer.
Yeah, give me a printer.
No,
but you're on the right track. You're on the right track, though. But let me say, the white people said that they was going to take Harriet Tubman and put her on a $20 bill.
Right.
They had the idea. Did you get mad at them, or were you looking for your 20 with Harriet Tubman? You was looking for the 20, wasn't you?
I'm looking for it.
See, that's that slave mentality. How can they take a slave and print on the money and make it worth something, and we can't do it? And we the actual slaves.
Because they got legislation.
Because see, that's big boy conversation.
Yeah.
And other men of the world don't subscribe to the slave mentality because they have not been destroyed like that.
Yeah.
They print their currencies. Africans print. The Afghanistan's print
because they have their own
India
countries.
prints.
Yeah, their own country.
They have their own country.
It's our country.
Now
our
you-
Sovereignty.
Here you go, Kimasami.
Okay,
Now you with me.
Yeah,
Now you with me.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Now we open up. Well, we the Indians.
Yeah.
We the Indians.
But, I mean,
now.
this is our
But
land.
that's all paper. That's inked up. I mean,
Okay,
so
then let's get there. Let's get there.
So
That sounds good.
Yeah.
It's paper, ink. But we need to. What I'm saying is, don't chump us out and then keep supporting them. We got to be able to say we need that too. We grown men.
Well,
Who gonna stop us?
Well, you know,
We call a Million Man March. Who gonna
Self.
stop us?
the only stopping us is us stopping us.
Self.
Yep, self is stopping self.
Hey, hey, you guys, y'all had lunch before.
No,
I
that's right.
started
Are
to-
you right? You
I'm you
you
know,
about to faint? What want your faint?
man, I'm getting dizzy up in here. I got brother Muhammad challenging my intellect, and you know,
No, see, that's not fair.
it's a beautiful thing,
That's
brother.
not fair.
So can you end your show, okay?
And we out of here, man. We out of here. Omaha, the birds of bluff. Now, I hope you guys had a good time. You know, any comments that we make direct at each other, we do not take it personally.
That's right.
So I first I want to get that across. Me and brother Muhammad, we dialogue and harshly, and that's to prepare us for y'all.
And Tim asked me.
You know what I mean?
Tim asked for me to do this, so
I did.
I said no, but they kept saying yes.
Yeah.
So I don't hope because when
we need
we're in
that
big boy
consciousness, brother.
conversation, I can't spare us because we suffering.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
right.
right.
And then
We
I gotta
need that.
watch us attack each other.
Yeah.
Everybody get a good kick out of that. He look how we attack being great.
Right.
Look how we attack him. That nigga ain't nothing. But we ain't gonna sit here and talk real talk.
Right.
So
So you see how he circled back to being great?
Without
Yeah.
doubt.
But I think that point. I mean, and that love. I think there's a whole lot of people that love Ben Gray. I mean, in terms of 12 years in the office
more than that. Way more than
and the
that.
service in this community.
Way more than
So how do you not say a person that had labored and gave so much to this community? 20, 30 plus years in terms of just so there's value
Without doubt.
there. So there's love too. There's value and that's respect.
And he ain't done.
For that.
And he ain't done. And we need to make it be known that he do have supporters out here.
Yeah, he's
And
got
the
some
men that do support him need to speak up because we're not just gonna let each other just keep downplaying each other as if we are insignificant.
Yeah,
Right.
Because
absolutely.
we're not. We are very King say it all the time. We necessary.
Yeah, that's right.
And
That's
Ben
right.
Gray is necessary,
Yeah.
whether we agree with his policy or not.
Yeah,
Any politician is necessary. Miss Johnson is necessary. We
especially,
need
especially if you choose to get in the
if
game.
you choose to get
and
in the
you
game.
and so now that all that necessary being necessary, what's the work in front of us? And I think it's not on Juanita, Councilman Juanita, or Ben. I think it's on us. We point to
Right.
one person too much.
Yeah.
They can't do all that heavy lifting.
That's the problem.
We have, if we summarize everything, is back to looking yourself in the mirror
Right.
and deciding what you can do that will cause change and cause your environment to be better. Then it grows. It
Mhm.
grows. So I think the positive energy is, what do we need to do to get on that elevator to game up, level up,
Yeah.
so we can do about the business of creating community, so we don't have to keep talking about comparing South Omaha, Cinco de Mayo to Native Omaha days. We, in our own small way or big way, do what it takes to make it happen.
Let's call the chief. Let's start talking to the chief.
Let's do what it takes, to make it
2 years from
happen.
now, Chief,
And
make that happen.
yeah. So hey, I'm out. I'm
Omaha.
gonna go eat
Yeah, without
somewhere.
doubt, without doubt. Omaha, the Birds of Plus is 4:00 again. Today is Black Friday. Be intentional in supporting a black business today. Without a doubt, black people spend money with everyone. Please reciprocate it. The best way to get rid of stereotypes is to develop business, commerce, and relationships, y'all. So let's be purposeful today on doing business with
Right
a
on.
black business. And if you are black, you are obligated. That is your commandment. We have to start supporting our brothers and sisters because no one loves us more than us, period. Omaha, the Birds of Bluffs, we are out of here. I want to thank my brothers. Man, we might do this every Friday because,
Hey.
there's not really a show where you have actually black men
Drive time.
That we can let them call in. And
Yeah, heck
ask
yeah.
questions.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, without a doubt. So we're gonna do this again, y'all.
I want to focus on solutions.
We're not a religion show. We're not a religion show. So I just want to let you know that. Although we are God loving, without a doubt, we're God loving, but we're not a religious show. I just want to let you know, because some people don't want to listen to religious stuff. Boss with me, y'all.
Somebody pray for me.
Yeah. Before we go, are you singing? I know you got a single that you've been working on.
Yeah.
Really?
Are you gonna give us a taste? Are you gonna give us a taste Thursday night?
Yeah.
No. He just got it yesterday. So
Just got the master mix yesterday. I want to thank Brother Marquis from Salem, and we have an all-star cast of local singers, man. Some of the baddest vocalists, I think, in these United States. We did a song. It's called "Yes We Can," and it's a fight song. And we got Felicia spoken word. Felicia Westford is on it, and Anjali, Millicent Crawford, Danny Cleveland, Victor Johnson, and so we may get a little bit of that, but I want to play it first here.
Okay.
So let's tee it up when we do the premiere and release it. But it's basically saying, hey, what will it take for us to elevate and move forward? And it talks about all the things that it would take, but it also said, we've been down this road before. We know how to get up and get at it, but it's going to take that oneness and the common ground. We got to find common ground, because we're gonna have disagreement, but we got to be able to lockstep with, okay, brother, you want a printer, you want the money.
Agree with that. Everybody. That's 100% agreement.
What can we find that we can agree on so we can move forward?
Print money.
So if we can find money,
everybody agree with that.
Deion Sanders wrote a song, "Must Be the Money That's Turning Me On," But so money has his place. But I think to my point to the song, bro, Yes We Can really is a affirmation. It's some energy. It's the modern day 21st century. We are the world.
Okay.
And I think the world. We need a fight song, and I think this is what this is going to be. What it is.
Okay, Omaha. I just want to just kind of highlight that because what he's attempting, because he got a conference call with one of the biggest ladies in radio.
We're working on that.
Yeah, to drop it across the nation, and so for to do that without that's why I tell you, man, we got the power. We don't need nobody. Come on, man. We don't need nobody.
Look inward to look out.
But the route that you're taking, you're not going to no major studio. You ain't going to Sony. You ain't going to a Paramount.
That's right.
You call it a sister.
That's right.
Sister. That's right. That own station all across the land.
That's right. That's going to be my first call.
That's the elder call, baby.
That's
so we need to be in those positions where we don't have to go to
look inward.
We can go to ourselves.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, we do need to do this again, because I think we need to talk about brain drain and really, to King, the state of Nebraska. If we're talking about losing our talent, especially Black men, what are we doing to keep them? What are we doing to?
We got to develop conduits of opportunity.
Yeah,
it's our responsibility.
So man, I'll see you next Friday, bro.
Omaha, the birds are blessed out here, man.
Let's do this.
We are hungry. Is someone cooking? It's 4:05. Is someone cooking? Give me a call.
I need some food. Where's the food at?
We're pulling up at your house. 402-714-6482. You guys over there grilling, holla at us. We got 4 men. We hungry. I did some push-ups today, so I got my swole on, ladies.
Yeah, I did some cardio. I was on my bike today. What did you do, brother? Everybody had to do something.
I read the scripture.
Time out chicken, okay? All right. What did you do today physically, brother?
Actually, I did a couple of jumping jacks and got on my trail.
That's what's up.
All right,
that's health. Okay. Health is our wealth. We're
talking
about this print. If you got to be around to spend the money, brother Muhammad, okay? Time out chicken. No.
If we see See? I see.
Okay,
He's supposed to end this on a good note.
I know. I'm sorry.
He said he's gonna get it on a
I'm
good
sorry.
note.
I'm sorry. Hey, time
Nah.
is a good note. I know
Nah,
it is.
I gotta be eating chicken.
Time on
I
chicken
gotta
is
be
good.
eating- That's slave syndrome.
That's
That's it.
it.
He got me eating chicken. I guess I had watermelon too.
Hey, give me some watermelon.
Chicken and watermelon.
Hey, give me some
Please,
watermelon.
time out is owned by a black man.
Let's go.
It's owned by a black man, okay? It's owned by a black family.
Hey,
Okay?
Omaha, the birds of blessed, man. We love y'all.
I love you too. I love you guys.
Boss with us.
Peace.
Whew, thank
you, bro.
It's just a public service announcement.
Are you tired of hearing about the coronavirus?
Coronavirus!
Well, it's real.
I'm telling you, it's real.
Here's what I want you all to do for me. Check this out, man.
Don't panic. If you're sick, stay home. Stay at least 6 feet away from others.
The most dangerous disease.
Coronavirus!
Wash your hands frequently. Good hygiene.
Show these people what time it is, boy.
We can stop the spread of the virus.
Coronavirus!
Show me your Say it.
So stay home. Stop the spread. Save lives. Most importantly, let's check on our elderly.
Word up. You ain't going out like this.
We're here to keep you informed.
Coronavirus!